Downtown, I got that heat, let's go.
Yo, Weasel, Shay, Woody.
What up?
Bro, Los uploaded all these tracks, bro.
They're fire.
All flames, bro.
Toe tapping beats.
I think Austin was saying he was blowing out his JBLs on him, bro.
Yeah.
Don't blame him.
He's vibrating and shaking his balls.
Yep. That's when you know it's real, bro. All right, SMT Nation. The third month of the year, the third day of the month. We are live. Coming from the CLE. Got ourselves the SMT Podcast, the Friday edition. It was a long week, man. I had to work all 5 days, bro. Ain't that a beat?
Don't blame you.
It's always nice when you get the one holiday, though, you know, to like lighten up the work week. You know, no work on Monday or something. You know.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite. The 3-day weekend.
I was actually proposing that students shouldn't have to come in on Fridays. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Zoom
that
or
would
like
be nice.
post work remotely, and then
Yeah, I
they
think I
just
feel like
submit
you
the
still
work
have
to
to
the Google
do.
Classroom or something. You know, some other way so that they don't have
Yeah.
to, you know, get up, get ready, you know, make breakfast, and they could just get all their work done in the morning, and then that's it. The rest of their day is free.
Yeah, that's what I had my teacher during the pandemic. She was like, "Why do I gotta make you wake up at 8 o'clock? I don't want to do that thing either. Just get the work
Yeah.
done, submit it. I don't care."
Yeah. Right. I mean, you could assign a reading assignment. You could post some kind of digital media content if you want. You could give an assessment. I mean, we already learned that we could do all of it remotely, you know?
Yeah. And you can time it, so you don't even have to worry about it.
All right. Hey, man, we got some people already here. 37 in the live. Do me a favor as you're coming in. Please hit the like button. Rate this video. It helps out the channel. Andrew's got a question. Do kids come to school in PJs? Absolutely. They do, man. Leggings and PJs. That is fashion, apparently. Had no idea.
Bro, I wear sweatpants every day on campus.
Joggers, sweatpants, sandals, bro, slides. Everybody not giving a damn. Yep. Hey, best of luck to you, tech guy. Hopefully it gets approved, man. Sheesh. Nah, man, we don't have uniforms, bro. I work in a very affluent community. They don't like being told what to do. Let's just put it that way. You know. I mean, I don't think uniforms are necessary for a public school. I mean, a school can adopt it, obviously. But if the dress code is, you know, enforced, you know, I'm good with that. I personally don't think that traditional work and traditional school, I don't think people should wear shorts. You know?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
But that's like
Anyone wear
professional
shorts.
attire, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, whatever. That's just
Yeah.
me. My granddad used to yell at me when I wouldn't wear a shirt and a tie, you know? He's like, this is what a teacher does. You got to look the part, you know? Let's see what this one is. Oh, this one's good. Ashay, you're gonna dig this one, bro. You're gonna start salsa dancing and such. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh shit.
And they could just loop it, you know? Uh-huh.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Those are the ad libs. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. All right, let's get some stories going and such. You guys came here for the tech talk. After an hour, though, anything goes. You know. All right, let's start with the first story. All right, so I told you guys we were going to do a story on Cox Communications. Yes?
Yep.
Garbage can residue, aka trash. All right, Cox is going to launch a fixed wireless access trial. Monica Alvin is reporting this. All right, man. So I'm the wrong one to ask. Cox, they're just the worst. I have no idea how they're in business. I really don't. Just horribly incompetent, in my opinion, my experience. All right. Cable player Cox is busy at MWC 2023, bringing awareness to their mobile services and plans for convergence. But they're looking for new ways to serve rural communities in their footprint. They named Macon, Georgia, Tucson, Arizona. I used to know a guy named Tucson Ron. Oklahoma City to deliver high-speed internet in underserved rural communities. And they're going to do it via wireless 5G technology. They didn't mention what spectrum they would be using, but we could probably guess it's going to be CBRS because they bought licenses in that frequency back in 2020. So that's 3.5 gigahertz. You know, it's low power. It's fine for this type of purpose, you know.
Yes. It's just another competition. That would be T-Mobile, Verizon, and Cox trying to get your money in rural America.
Yeah. I think for anybody, it's, you know, you brought up the competition, just pricing within markets will be coming down, hopefully, with stuff like this. And then for some people, they might still be on DSL, you know. But this basically means they're going to have to build a bunch of small cells. You know, so one per block, get some directional antennas, you know, shoot it down the line and get some, you know, premise equipment, consumer premise equipment. I wonder what they'll do, by the way. Like, is it going to be a unit they stick in your window? Is there going to be a repeater involved? We have no idea. I don't see any explanation of any of that. I have no clue. Here they're talking about getting the iPhone and for Cox Mobile. Whatever. Terrible. I do think the fixed wireless piece is interesting. AT&T just got done telling us how, like, fixed wireless is not the move. And then here's a home ISP saying fixed wireless is the move. Like, what the hell, man? You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's weird, man. Let me ask you this. As a person who actually kind of does this, Weasel, what's your take, bro?
I mean, it's definitely nice to have other options because, you know, if you don't have, like in my neighborhood specifically, you either have cable that's oversubbed or DSL that's brutally slow and gets even slower at congestion. So, I mean, in the markets that need it, you know, I think it's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I don't mind it as an option. You could, with based on the available infrastructure, you know, however they decide to do this, they could probably serve quite a few customers, right? Like, you know, somebody's going to get upgraded from DSL experience to fixed wireless. I mean, what do they have to give them? 150 down, 20 up? You know, and then don't you think they'd be happy as shit?
Yeah, they'd be super happy. The thing is, like, it depends if they're doing it in their area. Oh, it's going to be dirt cheap. They're already renting the poles. All they gotta do is put a panel up, and you're all good. You already have the power. So,
as long as it's reliable, I think you're not going to have issues, because one thing I noticed with, my customers that I have with my little wireless ISP I run is as long as it's stable and they can just do whatever they need to do, it's not a big issue. Like I had one, I kind of dropped one customer by a little bit of speed, and they don't even from their original plan, and they don't even notice, they can, it's just a couple, but they can yet stream, they can do everything they want just perfectly.
What's the price point that you guys would be comfortable with? What would be your speed expectation? What would be your price point preferred?
With the Cox?
Yeah.
I would say it'd have to be cheaper, probably hopefully than their actual Cox connection cable.
I'd say on average, those cable connections are about $80 a month, standalone home internet.
Yep.
So where do we put this?
I don't know. I feel like, fixed wireless access, they're all going to kind of have to compete in pricing with the others, because, I feel like T-Mobile pushed it out there $50 a month, give or take, and now Verizon's kind of right there with them.
Yeah, with the $25 a month, they're going even cheaper.
25. Damn. Okay. Well, I think that's a disruptive price.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a disruptive one. I think that's unlikely. Cox being a disruptive player with pricing, I would be shocked.
So Trex brought up something, knowing Cox is going to be the same price as copper with the data cap. I think slightly down in your article, it mentioned that it's pay by the gig, or they do have an option for unlimited. And pay by the gig is for what it was saying, people that obviously might not need as much of a data, people who are only doing things every so often, maybe your grandparents or something, and they can live with the 50 gig bucket. If that's, who knows what kind of data plans they will have.
Yeah.
I think the best price point is $50. Price it and give the access kind of like with what T-Mobile and Verizon are doing. Put it right in line with that.
Yep.
I think Cox will do something stupid and charge the same as their copper. Or their same as their coax, I should say.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be, hard to differ between the two in the markets that have it.
Yeah.
I would think
it'll be 8 something probably. I have no faith or trust in anyone at that company. They're horrible. Like they are so bad at what they do. I'm shocked that people get paid. It's nuts.
The problem where I see with Cox is they don't spend money for their infrastructure compared to a Spectrum that spends money. All right, we're going to lay down new fiber. We're going to fix all this. We're not going to cut corners. That's the main problem.
Big shout out to Lavendi. Just bought me a coffee. Appreciate you, homie.
The other thing
keeping me caffeinated and motivated.
The other thing I wonder too is, are they going to run it solely on CBRS, or are they going to bring in other spectrum bands? Because depending on how much spectrum they have of CBRS, it's might not be able to support like a whole lot of people on, a single node.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't.
Okay, so 20 megahertz, single node.
At best, maybe 100, 200 megs. Maybe a little more.
Can they serve 10 addresses on that node?
I doubt that. Maybe 5. 5 is the max, bro.
5 to 10, depending on your speed tiers per, your packages and whatnot.
I can't see them giving more than 100 on this. But it's definitely going to be CBRS. They don't own any other licenses, from what I know.
Yeah, they need to buy Spectrum if they need to do this. Even if they want to do this.
What city was that again in Arizona they're doing?
It's like Tucson. There were a couple other locations
Tucson.
listed. By the way, guys, if you want to support your homie, the SMT, you appreciate the channel, you appreciate what we do, you appreciate your network updates, your carrier updates, plans, keeping up on all the news and the happenings, these live streams, the speed testing. If you appreciate all that stuff and you want to support your creators, the real SMT Buy Me a Coffee link is in the description. Buy me a coffee, keep me caffeinated and motivated.
So it looks like they have 30 megahertz of CBRS out there. So
30's,
that's a smidge better. But still, I wouldn't be I wouldn't expect them pushing more than like 300 out of that one access point per se, even to one client. You might get close. You might get somewhere 300-400 maybe, but
because I know for Spectrum, No Radio was talking about it. They had one node in rural America, and they had 30 megahertz of CBRS, and they're only getting 200 to 300 down for that one person.
see now what Tech Guy's saying. They may come at like what Verizon does for millimeter wave and have some sort of like an outdoor or a window access point for inside your home. Because yes, especially since they're low powered CBRs, and they might change it too. It might be more of like an actual wireless ISP installation where they stick a CBRS radio on your roof and point that at a tower.
Then it's more traditional wireless ISP.
Yeah.
And with regards to the CBRS, in a fixed wireless situation, it's better than to a mobile device, right? So if you haven't been impressed by CBRS band 48 on a phone, this is going to be a little different. Consumer premise equipment is always going to be more capable. The gains better on the receiver and all those things.
I can also see them strategically placing their CBRS radios in neighborhoods and such so that all the homes can get good access to it. Maybe strand mounts or something,
Oh sure, yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? I forgot one more thing, man. I forgot to mention this. If you guys are looking to try the Mint Mobile service, you can use the partner link in the description. Save money on that service and then also support our channel that way. They got good deals, dude. They got a $15 plan, a $20, a $25, and a $30. If you're looking at a secondary line or you just want to try some T-Mobile access, it's pretty good. They got some phone deals too. And right now they're doing the 6 months free when you buy a phone and get a 6-month plan. So basically you'd begin a year of service for the cost of 6.
It's an amazing deal.
Yep. And even like if you go over your bucket, like pretend you went over your 4 gigs, some apps, they don't throttle it. I know Google Meets, even after you go over your data bucket, they still give you full speeds. On the Mint
Mobile?
Yep.
Nice.
We have tried that out.
Oh, nice.
So it means video chatting apps. I don't know all of them, but I know the majority of them, they let you do that.
Phenomenal. Yeah, we'll see what Cox does, man. I don't know. I don't like their chances, number one, because I don't think they're a good company. But number two, are they going to do fixed wireless access better than Verizon and T-Mobile, who basically just do it from their cell towers?
I think that depends on how they do their setup. If Cox throws up their own cell phone towers per se and does it, how Verizon and T-Mobile does it, it'll probably be a similar experience. But if they do a more wireless ISP approach, or even have strand mounts, I think at that point it might be could be better.
All right, this next one is for Shay. He wanted to talk about it, so let's do it, man. Shakeups at Verizon Wireless, sir. Oof.
Yeah.
I don't know what the emoji face would be. Maybe the green barf face. I don't know.
I feel like they keep shaking up the company every 3 months.
All right, so hear me out on this, Ashay.
Yep.
When a company keeps trying things and none of them work, they're failing.
Yep.
Right? What you're reaching for, what you're trying to achieve, nothing is working. You know that something needs to change.
You know the change.
You might even know what does need to change.
They know what they need to change.
And you're making changes, but like nothing's changing.
The thing is, Verizon knows what needs to be changed. Hans Vestberg knows price changes is the thing that works, but he doesn't want to change the prices. So he does this thing where, hey, I'll give you a couple dollars off this month, and then we're canceling that promo.
All right. So for those of you that didn't see my video earlier, here's what happened. 2 years ago, I think it was about 1.5 years maybe, Ronan Dunn, the CEO of the consumer group at Verizon, was unceremoniously relieved of his duties. They made it sound like he was stepping away and stepping down. Not the case from what I understand internally.
Yep.
He was replaced by a lady named Manon Brilette. Ronan Dunn was a veteran within the telco space. Well respected. A pro's pro. Dare I say, fit to replace any CEO at any company. Okay? He was replaced with Manon, with 0 CEO chops, no experience. Hans put Manon in there, and then Manon was fired less than 1 calendar year from the day she was hired. Who hired Manon? Hans. Who fired Ronan? Hans. When he fired Manon back in December, there was no replacement. Hans stepped in as the acting consumer group CEO. It's been what, 3 months, 4 months? He finally has made a decision and hired a new CEO for the consumer group. You know who it is? It's the former business CEO, Simonarian Sampath. I'm sorry if I messed up his first name. It's like 15 syllables. Very ethnic, okay? I don't know all these names. He might be a great CEO, right? But he has no consumer group experience. By the way, he replaced Tammy Irwin, who essentially the same thing happened to her that happened to Ronan Dunn. So Sampath becomes the new consumer group CEO. The chief network operator, president of technology, Kyle Malady, he has moved up to the business CEO to replace Sampath. So now they got the former chief technology network dude now running the business group.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
The chief financial officer, who basically is the last man standing out of the old guard, he's gone. I'm guessing the same fate as Tammy Irwin and Ronan Dunn. And then he brought in some other guy who I don't know if he was in the company or not, but Saderkis or something, I don't know. Anyways, musical chairs, bro. And all this movement, and in my opinion, changes nothing. What is the outcome of all this? Nothing. What is Sampath going to do with the consumer group that Ronan couldn't do, that Manon couldn't do? You know, I don't.
What I bet you,
Ashay, you know, they also created like a new team.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I don't even know what they do. Like they're, and by the way, you mentioned that the number one problem is pricing. I'm not going to push back. I think that's part of it. In my opinion, I think the customer care is a real problem.
Oh yeah, that's
People
another
are calling
thing.
in trying to get solutions, and they're getting more problems. You call in with one problem, you leave with 3. How does that make any damn sense? Make that make sense. You call customer care to fix a problem, you leave with 2 new ones on top of the one that you called for. Now you got 3 problems. How does that make any damn sense?
That even happened to me on T-Mobile. I had to fix a bill credit. Somehow they fucked up another line and added another bill credit, and it got all messy.
Bro, I'm about to go off, bro. None of this makes any damn sense.
The reason why they're doing the shuffling is Hans Vesper can point fingers, so he doesn't have to point them to himself.
But
He can
everybody
blame other
sees
people.
this. But everybody sees it, Ashay.
I don't know. I can't make it more.
Okay, Brandon, you just got here. What do you got, man? We got all these faces, this movement, interlateral movement. What the hell?
It's going to be very interesting to see what Verizon does with all the telecos going on, because I'm pretty sure they're going to start staring at T-Mobile and see what they do after April 1st or what they do within the year, because I wouldn't be surprised if T-Mobile ends up downgrading their customer service as well.
Now, you mentioned, downing the customer care. The customer care has to be effective.
Because if you really think about it, the network is getting better by the day. However, they still have these little data breaches and stuff like that. But if you really think about it, the network is getting better every day to a point where they really don't have to have all these good customer service representatives to say, oh, the network's going to get better, the network's going to get better, the network's going to get better, when it's slowly becoming better day by day. They're the king of mid-band spectrum right now.
There's nobody left from the legacy Verizon. Like, think pre-Hans Vestberg, Tammy Irwin, Ronan Dunn, the CFO. These were all the original crew. He's now literally gotten rid of everybody. First, he got rid of anyone that could have replaced him, which is Ronan Dunn and Tammy Irwin.
Mm-hmm.
He got rid of them. That was like job security. Right? Now what? You got rid of the CFO, bro. What did he do to you? He's been cooking the books to look good for you. Why, bro? You can't make up revenue. You can't pluck revenue out of the sky. You have to sell to people.
And then this week they announced that they're going to do a price hike to legacy plans.
Look,
okay.
Last year, you remember how they started doing the selective markets where they were giving people the $10 loyalty discount?
Yeah.
They're still doing that. They brought it back.
Oh, wow.
So what has changed?
Nothing has changed. They're really still doing the same things. I feel like they're playing around too much. Because a couple of weeks, what was it, a couple of months back, or I don't know if they're still doing it, it got to a point where Get More was literally way cheaper than freaking Magenta MAX, and you get Disney, Apple Music, and Hulu, and ESPN, and all this other crap. And then you have Visible right now where you can get as low as $25 for a whole year, and then I think another $10 off for Visible Plus, which is pretty damn good.
So they're competitive in some ways and they're not in others?
Yup.
It's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Deals are good for a week, 2 weeks, and then they pull them?
Basically, I honestly feel going forward that in the wireless space, we're going to start seeing promotional plans like Sprint used to do. How you pay a certain price for 2 years, and then after that, they just do whatever they want to that pricing to that plan.
Yeah, but then you're a free agent. You just kind of move on. You know, if they want to
Yeah,
play it
but
that way, right?
I mean, now,
I mean, it's not a good business practice. You want confidence in your customers. Want to be confident what you're doing.
Yeah, but I mean, now that there's bundling and all this other crap happening, I guess you could always negotiate your pricing and stuff like that. But I mean, right now there's more noise than ever in the wireless and internet space. I mean, you have Cox, you have Comcast, you have Charter that are all doing mobile service and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they're adding a ton of customers off the back of Verizon.
Yep.
Verizon is basically
even
trading. They're like, yo, we don't want to make $50 a line. We'd rather make $30 a line and let cable deal with them.
and even Spectrum is giving away free lines.
How do they structure that?
So, well, I mean, it's kind of free and it isn't. So right now you can get the internet for $50 and plus you get a free line. And it's literally for 1 year. And then Comcast is a thing where you get up to like $30 off a line. So you only pay $15 for that one line.
A lot of people are probably looking at that deal as worthy of their consideration.
Yeah,
You just got to be served by, what was it, Spectrum or Comcast, you said?
that are giving away that free line. It's Spectrum. I have no idea what Cox is doing right now. What's your take on it, Weasel?
Yeah, go ahead, Weasel. Chime in.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Chime in because I got to go grab some more coffee, so I need your opinion on this.
I'm still just trying to make sense of it, to be honest.
Fire Hans, what did I miss? Hans finally get in the boot. Nope.
No, Hans is still being Hans.
Yup. The guy needs to leave. I don't understand what they're gonna do once they do like that whole entertainment bundle that they've been talking about for what, over a year or whatever, that you can get all these streaming services and then bundle it or whatever. I don't really think that's gonna actually work either.
You know, I'm curious if the carriers were to just stop giving us all these freebies and streaming services, like if it could or would actually make a difference in price. Because like it kind of makes you wonder, are they actually incorporating that into the plan's pricing somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
They got a retail issue too, Weasel.
Yeah.
You know, like the store presence, the store experience when you walk in. You know, how customer care treats you, how they approach you.
Yep.
Are the retail employees even excited? You know, are they excited about what they're selling? Are they confident that they can meet your needs? See, I think that's part of it too, man.
Definitely.
I know a lot of the good salespeople that used to work at Verizon and moved on to other things. You know, they changed the commission structure like a year or two ago.
It's about when I had a friend leave Verizon.
Because of payment structure, commission?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, they were probably good sellers.
Oh, yeah.
And then when they saw the new structure, they're like, man, I'm working for everybody else.
Yep.
They got turnover too. There's a lot of very inexperienced people working at Verizon customer care. A lot of foreign. right? People that are not properly trained. Just made some coffee. Big shout out to
the Verizon store the other.
Go ahead, B.
No, I was looking at a comment. I went to the into the Verizon store the other day, and they had one rep in the whole store. Sneed. Wow.
Straight up. At a Verizon postpaid store.
That's wild.
My T-Mobile store that's close to me literally only has 2 desks, and so there's really only 2 reps working there. And that store gets packed quick. There's a couple other stores around town that are much larger, a few more desks, but yeah. And sometimes it's even hard. There's only 1 rep in that store sometimes. I swear half the time I've gone, there's only like 1 person, and someone in the back is doing something else.
I know the Express setup seems to be failing. What up, David? Yeah, they're going to move away from that Express thing, whatever they were trying.
The Verizon Express.
Yeah.
From the sounds of it, it looks like the carriers. From the sounds of it, it looks like the carriers are more excited about eSIM than the
retail situation.
Apple and Samsung and beyond. Yes, because I feel that with eSIM, like Comcast and Spectrum do it, where you basically, it's basically like a self-install, but instead it's a DIY moment where you just do it yourself on the activation and stuff like that. But I mean, it really sucks for those people that want to be able to be educated and want to learn more about the plants and stuff like that.
They really want them online. They really want them ordering and having shipped.
They really do. Yeah.
They want to remove the personal connection to agents and salespeople. I mean, they try to get you through like all these automated systems to help you troubleshoot problems. And 99% of the time, it can't be done. Terrible.
Yep. It's always people pressing 0 and all types of numbers to get to somebody.
See, here's the thing. If you're going to have crappy retail and retail people can't properly serve customers, then your phone call customer care needs to be on point. Like super responsive, able to fix everything. They don't have to transfer 30 times to get you to the right department, or they don't have to tell you, oh, I'm sorry, after 15 minutes of trying, I can't do this. You need to go to a different department. Like, you have to have that situation on point, you know? And they don't. 90% of the time, I get transferred 3 times or more to solve my problems. Because it takes forever to finally get to an American rep who has access to the tools and the systems to do what needs to be done. Half the time I have to go to Office of the President. It has to escalate. It's terrible.
Yeah. U.S. carriers love eSIM since carriers control what you can activate, and with a SIM card, you choose what you activate on the network. Frank says, someday I feel we will be down to just larger showcase stores and we'll lose a lot have now. 15 to 20 years from now. Yeah.
That's why I don't like touching
Even
my
Best
account
Buy
and
is so
changing anything.
Even Best Buy is slowly closing stores down, sadly.
Yeah, the thing about Best Buy, dude, is their their same store revenues and profits are down. So they're going to start shutting down the ones that don't make enough money according to whatever standards, revenues, margins, whatever.
Yeah.
They're going to consolidate.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another story right here. See what you guys have to say about this one. Wait, is this the one? Oh, here it is. It's this one. All right, here is the story. Comcast by Altice USA. Guys, what do you think about the prospects of this? Okay, first of all, is it possible? Second of all, is it likely? And third of all, when would it happen if it did happen?
Honestly, Sneed, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up happening this year. Altice is actually small. I know that they recently merged Suddenlink with the Optimum brand or whatever
brand.
from we've been having in New York the last the Optimum brand. So they introduced that to the Suddenlink customers, but I remember I used Suddenlink last year and it was garbage. And Suddenlink is actually outside of Houston in the Kingwood Conroe area, and it's very unreliable. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up happening. Altice is definitely a small company as well. It is smaller than Cox.
Here's the thing about Altice. They got a lot of fiber, dog. Go ahead, Weasel.
I was just going to say, I've never really even heard of Altice.
So when you hear about Altice, you're also right. You're gonna have to think Optimum, East Coast.
Okay.
But they're also Suddenlink, right? So
yeah,
we're starting to see the potential for a lot of consolidation. A lot of people look at Altice as a loser in the great fiber overbuild. A lack of return on investment. They'll be looking to sell out to a bigger provider. Go ahead, B.
And Chain was talking about last year that they are wanting to, or they're introducing, or they're trying to put replacing their coax and trying to slowly do fiber in New York. In the original Cablevision market.
Yeah, we saw the stories recently for like 10 gig fiber, 10 gig symmetrical.
Yeah.
So they've got fiber. Go ahead, B.
No, I'm sorry. Go on, Sneed.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've built fiber and they've created a decent footprint within these markets, but they're in competitive markets where there's like two other providers at least. You've got fiber providers and also cable providers.
So in New York, Altice's main competitor is actually Fios, and then very little actual AT&T.
Yeah, but isn't Comcast? Oh no, Spectrum is there too.
No, they don't compete. So because Comcast, because they're all coax.
Yeah, but coax or fiber makes no difference to the customer.
No, but the Spectrum and Spectrum, Altice, and none of them they don't compete against each other. So, for example, one area might actually have Altice, and maybe like a mile or so down, it might actually be Spectrum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Like here in Houston, we used to have a Time Warner Cable back in 2006, and then in 2007 it became Comcast.
Yeah, I've heard of CenturyLink, but what's the parent company of CenturyLink? Is it
Lumen?
Lumen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As of a few months back, they are now Brightspeed.
Man, they have so many alternate names. I can't even keep up with CenturyLink because out here, all of basically what's from like as of maybe a year ago, all the new fiber build out is going under Quantum Fiber. But at the end of the day, it's still CenturyLink or one of their companies.
Big shout out to Lavendi. Drinking the coffee, bro. You see it.
Yeah.
Cheers, broski.
Frank says, "Come buy Dish and just buy them out of their."
TDS is moving into spectrum monopolies in Montana. That's interesting.
It's funny to hear about TDS because we have TDS out here, but it's literally like only in the southern Utah areas, and like then basically the rest of TDS's market is like East Coast.
So I used to do some data ingesting, and we would look at like cable operators and ISPs, and those were some of the names I used to see. I used to see CenturyLink. I used to see Brightspeed or BreezeLine. I see all the names in there. Occasionally you'd see like a random like municipal fiber, Ziply, sometimes you'd see all types of stuff. Sometimes some people would put in their like regular mobile provider as their ISP when they would do the surveys. It'd be like TracFone Wireless or something. And I'm like, what?
That ain't right.
Some people don't even know what they have, man. It's nuts. Damn, we're approaching the hour, man. You know what happens, Sneed, after dark, bro, at that 1 hour mark, dude.
Another thing.
Wow.
Real quick, I want to say that when you mention people don't know what they have, it's kind of true because, I talk to a lot of people who have like MVNOs and they think that their MVNO is like their own network. Like I've met some people that think Cricket is its own network, and I've had like one friend was like, oh yeah, I miss Cricket. I used to have Cricket. I was like, oh, who do you have now? They're like AT&T. I was like, but you do realize Cricket is actually AT&T. And there's I don't even know if they ever got it figured out, but just things like that, they think that Cricket's an actual network or that Boost is an actual network or,
Well,
there's some people to this day that think
Boost used to have its own network,
That's true. That is very true.
Wait, they did?
Yeah, Boost used to be on Sprint, bro.
No, they actually did have.
Are you serious?
Oh, I thought you meant their own network. I know that Cricket did, and Metro PCS.
Yeah, that's true. They did at some point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, Trex. We're gonna do one this weekend. Stay tuned. I'll get you guys a time and a day. Maybe. Yeah. We'll do it Sunday. We'll do it Sunday. I got to figure out the timing though. Stay tuned.
Yeah, this was more recent where my friend had the Cricket and he switched to AT&T issue. This was like just a year ago or so, year and a half.
The crazy thing about Cricket these days, customers ain't going anywhere, dude. They love it. Customers who go to Cricket stay with Cricket.
Yep.
Return is like super low.
Yep.
I'm assuming that Boost Mobile's churn rate right now is pretty bad after the last couple weeks. Hey guys, as you're coming in, please do me a favor. Hit the like button and then share this. That really helps out the channel. I don't know what it is about YouTube lately, but the videos are not going to subscribers. They're not getting pushed in the recommended feeds. So the only way to help with that is you got to rate the video. You got to share the video. You know, the algo is fierce, and the only way it's going to change on, you know, you got to help out your creators. What up, Los?
Yo, what up?
What's happening, bruh?
Hustling, bro, hustling. You already know.
Staying on
Great
the day.
Great day.
Nice, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Take them to church. Sneed, Father, forgive us.
Oh, beautiful, man. Man, I like bandits, bro. What's going
Hey,
on?
Sneed,
My agua.
I was thinking
up?
earlier. I think another company that I wouldn't be surprised if Charter ends up outbidding Comcast for Altice.
You think Altice is going to be auctioned, or are you gonna? I think it's more of an acquisition / merger.
I've heard that they're in the past that they've been having financial troubles.
Yeah, B, they're not getting an ROI, man. They overbuilt fiber, and the return of invested capital just isn't there. You know, if you invested $10 million
Yep.
into a project and you can't generate $10 million in 10 years, it's a loss, bro. You're holding L's. I mean, hell, if we're going to be perfectly honest, you probably got to generate that 10 million back in half that time.
Yeah. Technical 32 says Spectrum will not be allowed to have Altice less they diverse their NYC market. I mean, unless they split it between Comcast and Charter.
Come on, Sneak, quit playing the BS, bro. You know Comcast is gonna buy T-Mobile, bro. Quit
Oh,
front.
God, man. Oh, my God.
You know it's gonna
See, bro,
happen. Come on.
This is why our people don't have anything, bro.
Well, you know it's gonna happen. That's why. The documentation is out there to prove it.
Ain't no damn
It's been-
documentation, man.
Bro,
Stop it.
look it up, bro. There's multiple people that have found it in our community, bro.
Carlos, I swear, dude, when I get to Vegas, I'm putting you in a Peruvian necktie the moment
All right,
I get off the
all
plane.
right. In August, I'll see you. All right, we'll do it.
You guys want to see a live stream where SMT puts Carlos in a Peruvian necktie at the airport?
I think we're gonna be putting both in a Peruvian necktie, bro. I think it's gonna be a tie.
Hey, appreciate it, Top Breaker 100. Do you see the NWIDA article regarding class action lawsuit against T-Mobile? Another one?
Oh my god.
Bro, we've been counting these for like 3 years. This has to be
no.
like number 16. Yo, B, do me a favor. See if you can head over to the NWIDA page and confirm that it's a new one and it's not one of the previous ones, because there's like 16 pending class actions.
You know what, Steve? That's sad that there's so many lawsuits against this company, and they still continue to do the same BS, bro. It hasn't changed, man.
Yeah. Well, Carlos, why do bullies keep bullying?
Bro, because they keep getting away with it, bro.
Keep getting away. Nobody's punched them in the mouth yet hard enough.
That's right, bro. Not until they get with us, bro. That's a whole different ballpark.
Okay, so this one, thanks, Top Breaker 100. T-Mobile master agents sued over dealer closures. Okay, so this is the most recent one. Then this is a new one, because I remember when this first hit the news cycle about 3-4 months ago. So let me inform everybody what's going on there. T-Mobile was encouraging dealers to sign new leases to continue to operate the stores. So some of them are in like 3-5 year leases. They had to upgrade, you know, they told them to extend leases, upgrade the buildings, you know, and they all got left out to dry, you know, and forced store closures. And they're stuck with those lease agreements. Terrible. Brother, when it comes to the merger, this was the bad part. You know, we could talk about how the network got better, fixed wireless access, giving people more home internet options. This is the negative side, right? This is the dark side. The layoffs, you know, stuff like this, all that stuff that's the negative. Let's see if anybody of the mod squad, hashtag mod squad, if you guys can find that NWIDA article and get that posted in the live chat so people can kind of read it and see what's going on. Yeah, I don't know, man. They keep getting lawsuits. Maybe they'll have to stop giving away the free lines or something. They won't give Magenta MAX discounts. No more socks. No more thongs. All right, Brian. So you know what's crazy? We can't expect the consumer to hold T-Mobile accountable. We have regulatory agencies for that. You know, it's really hard to expect customers to be in the know. Customers are just living their lives, man. They're not always looking for information. I mean, come on, Brian. How many channels exist like mine? And let's call a spade a spade. This channel has 22,000 subscribers. What's my reach? You know, people just... These are things that they just don't follow. But I'm sure Miley Cyrus has like 500 million followers. You know, because she was twerking with the chicken cutlets. Everybody follows her. You know? Maybe if I look good in leggings, maybe more people would follow me. Okay, yeah, there is the news article. Yep, thanks, B. Appreciate it. B, you're a moderator on this channel, aren't you? Let's see if I can post it here. Yep, I can copy the link. Okay, let's get it so everybody could see it. There we go. If you guys want to read that article, I'm going to cover this in a separate video for sure. I'll probably record it tonight and then I'll air it tomorrow. Thanks, Topbreaker. I'll do a video on it tonight. I'll produce it. You'll see it tomorrow. I'll post it on Twitter too. Beanie would like that. All right, Rick.
Come on, Rick.
All right, we're an hour in. You know what time it is.
Hey, real quick, I noticed my Windows input settings were at 80%. I just put it at 100. Does that make any difference?
Sure does.
Nice.
I'd say it's about a 20% boost.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Brian says, I think consumers just don't care. As long as prices are cheap, people seem oblivious to the crap T-Mobile pulls. It's mind-boggling. I'm telling you, bro, people live in their own world. They're just not aware. And yeah, maybe there is some apathy and they don't give a damn. Maybe that's part of it. Bro, I'm telling you, I got 22,000 subs. You know, T-Mobile adds 22 million customers since the merger. Yeah. Bro, I'm telling you, Andrew. Miley Cyrus was twerking with the chicken cutlets. That'll get you 500 million followers. But a YouTube channel trying to keep people informed about their cellular network technology and plans, 22,000 subs, you know? It's a bit niche, as they say.
Sneeba, going to Bryant's comment, I feel that T-Mobile's very manipulative when it has those type of issues to a point where they'll be like, let's take out the free lines and give out umbrellas, cups, and blankets and beach towels and all this other crap, and they won't notice it, and then they start adding their little hundreds of thousands of customers each year.
You know what, MS? That's a great point. I don't think people want to know where their iPhone is made. I don't think they want to know about the nets that are outside that facility. You feel me? I don't think they want to know. Vegas Raiders. Yeah, I'm sure they probably did. I don't see why they wouldn't. These hackers ain't playing no games, dog. You see what they did to Dish? They took Dish down, bro. Like all the way down. Like to their knees.
And all of Dish, too.
TV, wireless, the whole shebang.
Yep.
Even Charlie's cameras went off.
Damn. Charlie can't even monitor nothing, bro.
Come on, man. How you gonna do that, man?
Well, it's not like Charlie gives a damn. He don't even have a Twitter account, man.
That's right, bro. Staying out of the toxicities.
How toxic is Twitter, Carlos?
What up?
How toxic is Twitter?
Everything's toxic. That's social media.
TikTok?
Hell yeah.
It's
Hell
toxic,
yeah.
but you make money. But at least you make money there.
What about the gram?
The gram, you make money on the gram, bro. You get that? No, but you make money on the gram.
I feel Reddit's more toxic than Twitter.
Bro, Reddit is a toxic dump. It's freaking Chernobyl. It is a nuclear war going on in Reddit. My God, bro.
But it's entertaining.
It's entertaining? You go there for laughs?
There's different subreddits that you can join to, and so I kind of curate what's on my subreddit.
Andrew, that's crazy. So I don't know, for all the viewers that don't know what a Superfund site is, that's basically a place where like a toxic spill happened and the EPA's got to clean it up. Damn, that's hilarious. Instagram is a swimming pool in a wealthy neighborhood night, man. Reddit is a duck pond? Yeah, a bunch of goose poop. Jeez. Like I like the
Reddit is
I like the
like a Jerry
community.
Springer show.
I'll be honest with you guys. I like the Twitter community, the mini one that we have, like, the cellular network stuff. But it's kind of weird because, like, instead of people objectively sharing their experiences, it becomes this weird place where people accuse each other of preferring certain carriers. Like, I don't give a damn what a person likes or prefers. I really don't. But like, if I post pictures or if I share experiences with all of them, I don't want to be called a liar. So, and people do that. I mean, ultimately, I don't really care all that much. People can follow me or not follow me. I don't care. I got to 3,000 followers, not giving a damn. Why the hell should I start caring now? But I think it's kind of stupid to watch people get all bent out of shape on social media. Like, bro, sometimes I tweet stuff and I share stuff and I never go back to the tweet to look to see how it did. Like, how was the engagement or how many views or how many hearts and likes. If people like it, they like it. Whatever. If I see some retweets, that's kind of cool. People sharing my stuff. That's nice. But I'll tell you, there's probably 5 people within the community that actually share my videos. Like 5 people will retweet my videos on Twitter. I stopped. I probably share 1 or 2 videos a week now on Twitter. I used to always tweet out my videos. I stopped because nobody was engaging with it on Twitter. People that watch my YouTube channel are just watching it on YouTube, getting the notification through YouTube itself. I don't know, man. How do you guys feel about social media? Like, what do you think? Which platform do you think does it the best, and like has true engagement and people like to use?
I mean, as I get older, I care less for social media more and more. You know, like Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, and all that stuff.
But which do you think of all the major social media platforms is the most engaging and does the job that was intended to do?
I don't know. Probably I would say like Instagram, you know, because it's kind of just been a bit where you kind of just share a little bit about, or you share photos of whatever you're doing, your life or whatever, and people come in and engage through that. It's turned into, you know, a lot more than that now, but now they've kind of just copied everybody else. They do videos, stories, shorts.
See, Luxury Vibes, I don't think YouTube is social media. I think it's a place for creators to post content. I mean, there's a comment section for videos, but what if somebody disables content? Or what if somebody disables comments? There's nothing social about it.
Yeah.
And I see people on Twitter who don't, you know, they post stuff, but they don't like engage with their followers. They never reply to anything. You know, they don't. Bro, TikTok is a dump. Seriously. TikTok is a dump. It is a national security risk. Uninstall, dog.
I used to use TikTok quite a bit, but I uninstalled it like, I don't know, a couple months back because out of the blue, my Samsung just started blowing up with notifications from my battery manager or whatever the built-in battery app is or battery management is, and it said that TikTok had tons of like force quits. Like literally I just kept scrolling down and there was like 100 forced quits all within the period of like half an hour. And then it also said that it kept crashing and then it kept doing something else. And so I just uninstalled it because at that point that was like, damn, this is kind of sketchy. Like, I don't know what this thing's trying to do. It's trying to dump the contents of my phone and it's crashing.
Yeah, but isn't Facebook like the most notorious for that?
I think so, but I don't even.
I think TikTok has already surpassed Facebook because I remember one time I literally installed the TikTok app on my phone and it literally went through all my contacts without me giving it permission.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever given it my contacts permission, and yet I'm scrolling. I would scroll through TikToks and I would see people from my contacts, or I would get notifications. I get all the time still. I have it on one phone and I still get notifications randomly, and it's like basically a coworker. And it's like, this person posted a new video. You might know them. This person posted a new video. Like, just basically read all my contacts.
And it's basically stalking you.
Yeah. I always decline that info. Every time I sign into a new app, sign up for a new app, whatever it be, I decline then, any contact sharing, unless it really requires it, access to the phone and all that kind of stuff.
Man, so I thought it was just actually me, but they actually go behind your backs and they actually scan all your people and put them in front of you.
Yep, somehow.
And then when we follow those people, they think we're stalkers. But I literally hate when people put their TikTok videos on their phone and they don't have no headphones and they put that shit on so loud.
Yeah,
nobody
I see that so much now.
Oh.
And kids too. It's a lot of kids that are young people that are using it. 12, 13-year-olds. Like, wow, that's just it's even worse.
I think it's ironic that social media led to the social decline of our country.
Yeah.
And generations. It's wild, man. And but it's not even generational. Like like, yeah, kids are. I don't even know what the hell you want to call TikTok to kids. I mean, they don't even like kids don't even watch TV. They'll watch TikTok for 8 hours.
Yep.
You know, so
it's literally the new thing. I mean, instead of flipping channels, they flip through videos.
But so check this out. Look at YouTube, right? High quality content on YouTube means it's content that people are willing to watch and engage with for a long time. Those videos pay the content creators the best. The CPM, you know, the revenue that they make from AdSense and all that is highest on those videos, those types of creators. TikTok has such low quality video consumption, right? It's like you don't make any money on the actual video. You have to get sponsorships and like ad placement targeted within the content. It's horrible. And then like these kids make excuses like, oh, I don't have a good attention span, I watch TikToks. Like, what the hell are you talking about? There's gonna come a moment where you have to read a book. Like, you can't study for your test on some 30-second reel. The answers aren't in that 30-second reel. Bro, you know what's worse? You know what's worse, B? Are like teachers on TikTok. Like, they want to be cool, they want to be hip, so they try to create content that kids will engage with because they're putting it on their preferred platform. No, fuck that, bro. To hell with that. Stop bending to them.
But
that
even
is the
then,
wrong
like
message, bro.
But even then, their content is not going to pop up on their feed because that's not what they're looking for. It knows your algorithm. It knows what you like and stuff like that. So if you're looking at Trick Ronald's meals or places to travel to or stuff like that, then that's what it's going to show you. Or if you're looking at T-Mobile thongs, that's what it's going to show you. It's not going to show you something you're not going to like. And like you say, this is why we don't have anything.
Straight up, bro. Straight up.
And I didn't even know this until the radio told us last week that in China, TikTok is literally a kid's educational app.
Yeah, because they have control of it.
Yeah.
Here, it's an app that's used to pollute people's minds.
Worse.
It's crazy, and I'm literally watching a generation of people get like dopamine hits as long as they get hearts and likes.
Yep.
Bro, do you know what I would love to see come to my YouTube channel? I would pay YouTube for this. A middle finger emoji. If you hate my videos and want to engage with me, you can give me a middle finger, bro. I will gladly take that. Okay, do me a favor, everybody in the live chat. Would you like a YouTube middle finger choice? So thumbs up for a good video, thumbs down you hated it, or middle finger I hate the creator. Like, would you engage that way?
That'd be pretty funny, actually.
Bro, I'm about to start doing, what is that thing called, bro? Where
a petition.
No, that thing where like somebody sends you money and then you do like a video of whatever they wanted you to do. What is it called?
Oh, a cameo.
Yeah, bro, I'm about to become the new cameo poppy. I'll do all those cameos for you guys. Bro, I'm telling you.
Bro, Elon needs to bring back fucking Vine.
I know, bring back Vine.
Bro, but that's what it was, though.
Vine was literally way better than TikTok.
Oh, yeah. 6 seconds only. You had to come up with something, to fit in that 6 seconds. It's not none of this bullcrap that's posted nowadays, and there's people getting paralyzed. There's people nearly killing themselves for just to make a prank for TikTok.
The worst thing that's happening right now.
It's sad to say, but yes.
The worst thing that's happening right now is people are faking real life situations that would be like outrageous videos, right? So like women are faking being at the gym and guys being creeps. Like guys are not stupid anymore. Guys know that there's a camera everywhere. They're not looking at you. They're not creeping on you. Guys don't want to go to jail. But like women pretend like everybody's staring at them. Nobody cares about your stupid cottage cheese legs and leggings. Like we don't give a damn about your hideous features. You know, we'd prefer that you actually wore more shit so we don't have to see all that disgustingness falling out. All right? But they want to record it and say guys are being creeps. Bro, the shit's weird, bro. I never thought I would have saw this in my lifetime. I can't believe it.
I've noticed it too.
Dog, I went to the gym at midnight. This was several months ago. And the reason I wanted to go, it was Saturday night. I don't go out, bro. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm married, children. I'm a content creator. I care about my job. I got too much going on in my life. I don't need problems, right? I don't kick it. All right? I go to the gym hoping like nobody's there, and there's a girl in there. And I waited in the parking lot till she left. I don't need accusations, dog. I don't need people pointing at me and accusing me of shit. You know? So I waited till she left. And as soon as she left, I ran in, bro, and the gym was mine. Just assume that a camera's everywhere, bro.
Yep.
Hey, Sneed, I have a question. Well, I wanted to get your opinion on it. Continue subject. Do you think the 9888 should be available without having an actual cell phone plan at all, or without a SIM card or whatever? It should work like 911.
Sure. Is it that hard to make it happen?
I don't know. I mean, currently, like it's just 988, and you literally still have to you have to have like your phone working and stuff like that, like an active cell plan.
Well, who's gonna have a phone on them that doesn't have an active plan?
Well, I mean, like for example, let's say that person doesn't have cell service, or it gets cut off or whatever, and they don't have access to it. The only thing they have access is to social media or 911.
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. The FCC could make it happen, and that's very simply just any of the carriers could route it, you know, and it's just part of them doing business. You know, it would be forced by them. They're obligated to support it, you know.
Right.
It doesn't even matter the carrier.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, Sam, I ain't looking, bro. I don't need that cottage cheese disgustingness, please, man. I don't need no situations.
Hey, Sneed, what's FCC's a joke? They sure are. Keep a backup as Google Voice or even text now. You just want to be able to have a phone pad that says be able to dial it directly. Idiot listeners, yup.
Yeah, I got something slick for those people too, by the way. They think somebody's staring at them. Please, man. My wife is drop dead gorgeous. None of these chicks could even hold a flame to my wife, bro. My wife's a smoke show. They don't even know. You know the SMT keeps a pocket full of dimes, bro. You guys know I was basically Elvis when I was in high school, right?
Oh shit.
Basically. I was a heartthrob, bro. Oh man, they're dogging the FCC in the live chat. We about to get shut down, bro. Damn, son.
We're about to lose our lifeline.
I know. Bro, Berkey, I ain't playing, bro. I'm one of the baddest of all time. Ask about me, see if you ain't her. So what do you guys think about me running a call-in show?
A what show?
A call-in show.
What do you mean? Like people call in?
Yeah. I can ask questions, right?
Honestly, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Should we just use like a Google Voice number? But how do we integrate it into like the StreamYard situation?
I mean, you could do it as simple as seriously a Google Voice number, and I think you can do everything online on Google Voice. So you could probably just have that patched in as another tab, and then just route the audio in.
Weasel, you want to try to make it happen right now?
Shit, we could try.
You want to build it while we fly it, bro?
Yeah, let me see what I can figure out.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Keon does the Google Meet, and he has a premium where you have like a certain number and you're able to call in. Because I know that's what he does for one of his Patreon members because they're anti-Google.
Oh yeah, the one. He's so anti Google. Yeah.
The one with the water guns.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's kind of the idea, is to get like, look, here's what I noticed. When people asked for more content and I gave them more content, the people responded. So if you guys want more engagement, if you want to do that sort of thing, yeah, that could work. Nah, I'm good on the video chat, Vegas Raiders. I don't want to see certain things, bro. I mean, we've heard about some pretty crazy stuff, ain't that right, fellas?
Yeah, we're not trying to get Mitchelled out.
Yeah, we don't want to get Mitchelled out, bro.
Yeah, that was traumatizing. We still got Porter Shane that needs counseling.
We're going to see if maybe Weasel can figure this out. He's on it. I don't know. Weasel comes through. We'll see.
Give me a couple minutes because I just got to get the audio routed so I can take this StreamYard, throw it to the phone call, and then the phone call in the yard.
Yo, Brian, I'm telling you right now, if you call in, bro, no holds barred. I'm throwing blows, bro. You catching rights, lefts, hooks, jabs, bro. The whole shebang. You know? No holds barred. Yeah, but I never really had a problem with anybody objectively evaluating things. I do have a problem when people ramble about shit they don't know. That's really it, though. You know, when people try to act smart like they know something, but then they're just spewing and they got diarrhea of the mouth, you know? Let me ask you something, guys. Of all the different fan bases, you know, you got like the T-Mobile fan base, you got the Sprint fan base, the Verizon, the AT&T fan base. Of all the fan bases, which is the most misinformed?
Call from
Weasel.
to accept, press.
Oh, damn.
Which one is what? I'm sorry, Sneed.
Which fan base? You know, like you got like the T-Mobile fan base, the Sprint fan base, Verizon, AT&T fan bases. You know, ones that they have an affinity for a certain carrier. Which one do you think is the most misinformed?
I would have to honestly say T-Mobile.
Dun, 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 dun.
Carlos chimed in with the Cisco, bro.
And because they
let me the booty go.
You know, maybe we should do a poll.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, and get the pulse of the people.
All right.
But go on.
Check
go on
1,
and tell
2,
me.
3. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. This is routed through a phone call, so it should be working because I hear you on the phone call.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just try one thing because inbound calls weren't being answered. Even though I answered it on the Google Voice, it still was ringing on my phone. So let me call another number, and if it does work, then I'll share the number out.
Yeah, let's do it, bro. Weasel, you are the homie, bro.
Yeah. This is dope. That's gonna be dope if this works.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna see if I can make that poll for us. I think it'll be interesting to see what everybody thinks, you know. Let's see here. Okay, start a poll.
Yeah.
All right, so what should be the option?
There's mobile folks who think they will have a nationwide network anytime soon. Viable. T-Mobile fan base is stubbornly loyal, but not.
All right, guys, the poll is up. Which fan base is the most misinformed? Poll is up. Get your votes in. This is crazy. I mean, we already got some feedback in the live chat. AT&T from IMX. Tech Guy says T-Mobile. Archie says Verizon fan base for sure. Brian says T-Mobile. Vegas Raiders says Dish Mobile, folks. Archie says T-Mobile fan base is stubbornly loyal, but not really missing. Yeah, those are two different things. Yeah, loyal is one thing, misinformed is another. Yeah, definitely not the same.
You forgot US Cellular.
Ah, damn.
I'm playing.
Brian says T-Mobile's fan base is collectively glutton for punishment. Ricky says skunky. T-Mobile and Verizon, according to Quentin. Yeah, he's putting both of them in there. You got to pick one, Quentin. What do you pick? All right, so B, you said T-Mobile, right?
Mm-hmm.
Weasel, who you got? Misinformed. Oh, he might be busy.
Carlos, who do you think?
Oh, he's busy. Carlos just bounced.
Oh.
So I have an interesting perspective on this because I see the comments in my videos. You know what I'm saying, B?
Uh-huh.
And the least engaging smartphone network users are the Verizon ones. Like, Verizon videos get the least amount of views. Verizon videos get the least amount of interaction and engagement. AT&T has a good fan base. I think they have a pretty good handle of the whole, like, synergies between wireline and wireless. So I feel like they're informed when it comes to stuff like that. Like the AT&T fan base is really informed when it comes to like promotions, like free phone deals and trade-ins. T-Mobile's got this crazy like dichotomy of really, really informed people who love like the cutting edge tech, and then like just shit talkers that don't give a damn about anything. And they just say anything completely like not even real. You know, it's like make believe fantasy stuff. So I think that's why somebody would argue that T-Mobile has the most misinformed fan base, because of the extreme cases where it's like just people blabbering about shit they don't know.
Right.
Sprint customers are like the old Sprint fan base,
but at the same time, they were. But I mean, they were. But they did have their areas where they were not all that good. I remember when I went to Baltimore, I was like, "Oh my God, Sprint's probably going to be good here," and it was not good at all on a band 41. But they've always been pretty damn good in Texas.
So here's what I noticed. Oh, you want to go ahead, Weasel? Test it.
Are we ready for some phone calls?
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
All right. So I'll go ahead and post the number in the comments, but it is 760-891-2313.
All right, when you guys call in and you talk to Weasel, Weasel's going to screen your call. He's going to ask you for your name and where you're from. That can be as simple as the state you live in. So your name is Bartholomew and you are calling from Michigan, right? That's the kind of thing I want. So, hey, this is Bartholomew from Michigan. You know, you can greet us. You could say a comment. You could.
Oh, man.
Whatever.
I already know who this one is.
Now, listen, you're screening, Weasel. All right?
All right, let me make sure.
If something is fishy, you cut it off, bro, at the head.
I'm going to go ahead and answer this one.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello there. How are you doing?
I am doing great. How are you doing?
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
I am the skunk ape exterminator.
I'm not saying anything.
Bro, seriously, our first call had to do this, bro. Really, we got it off on this.
Florida
What's
security.
up, boys?
What up, Ricky?
Hello, caller. What is your name? Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio. Do I have to use my real name?
No, you can make one up. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm X383. I'm from Grove City, Ohio.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Got a comment or a question? Anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, so basically, in my city, it's basically, so I am on a deprioritized Verizon plan, Verizon 5G Start, and basically, when I'm on LTE, my speeds go to shit. Yeah.
Any 5G upgrades coming your way? Do you see any tower crews getting busy out there?
Not really. They texted me like a few weeks ago saying that they were doing tower upgrades, but I so Monday I was at school, like it was like 4 p.m. and there was a tornado watch. I got no service for a second, and when it reconnected on LTE, nothing.
Maybe some outage. It's possible.
No, I checked down detector like later that day, I believe, and there was no outage.
Maybe nobody reported it. You know, it might have been isolated to that one local tower, and nobody reported it on Down Detector. Could have been a fiber issue. Yeah, it could have been a number of things. There's a lot of factors in this whole networking thing.
I believe that they shut down the towers because they thought that tornado was going to damage the towers.
Well, how would shutting it down change the outcome? Shutting it down before it gets ripped out by a tornado, you would just leave it operational until it got ripped out by the tornado. It's not like we could put up a big giant shield around the tower all of a sudden. This ain't Avengers, bro.
Yeah.
Caller, what grade are you in?
This?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, and make sure for any kids that call in, make sure that your parents are good with that.
All right.
Yeah, make sure your parents are good with that. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
Stay in school.
Yeah. Make sure you keep reading, bro.
Yeah.
Lots of good books. All right.
All right.
Hey, caller, what's the name? Where are you from?
What's up, man? This is Brian, man, from Virginia.
Brian, what's up, sir?
What's up, Weez? What's going on, man?
How you doing, bro?
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, man. Just waiting for everybody. Good to finally get an opportunity to talk, man. I've been trying to get up with Sneed and the guys for a minute now.
We see you in the comment section all the time, Brian.
Yeah, man. I'm always here trying to give a little bit of support, offer my opinion on things.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, go ahead. Stick it to T-Mobile, dog. This is your time. Go ahead.
You already know where I stand on that, man. That's not my favorite company at all.
Okay, so Brian, keep it real
horrible
with me, bro. Keep it real with me. What happened, bro? Something happened. It's always like this with carriers. They do something, and then it's like you're burned for life, bro. So what happened between you and T-Mobile?
All right, Sneed. So I'm gonna be honest with you. All right, I work in the industry, and I'll just tell you, I see T-Mobile equipment and stuff out there all the time. It is a shell of what you see from Verizon and AT&T. Like, it's not even close, man. So when you see my opinion, when you see me offer my input, it's coming from someone who's actually in the industry, who does work on, the network all the time. I'll leave my employer. I'll leave that secret for now.
Okay.
But yeah, man. Honestly, I work on the stuff every day, and it's not even close. And to see how many people, like I said, you had the poll up there talking about how many people are misinformed. It's really sad, in my opinion. They're pretty much selling everybody a dream, and don't really have a leg to stand on, in my opinion. So, but I really do feel that my opinion is very educated, very informed. That's for sure.
Do you have access to all the major networks for your own personal testing?
Yes, I do. And like I said, I got the ability to see the equipment, for myself that I'm actually testing. So, very, very informed on what's going on out here. And what's being built by AT&T and Verizon is far superior to what T-Mobile's putting out there. And really what's holding those two carriers back is just FCC mandates as far as what we're seeing, everything that happened between the FAA and the FCC. That's what's holding the big guys back right now. But once the chains come off, people are starting to see. It's coming.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah,
what do you think T-Mobile could do to get them going in the right direction? Since I'm getting the impression that you feel like either it's a shortcut or it's a lack of investment in a certain thing. Is there something they could attempt right now that would change the outcome?
No, there's nothing they can do. They can't afford to compete. Not at the scale that they would need to. Not at the speed that they would need to. I always talk about me feeling like they need to increase prices. They're not going to have a choice eventually if they really want to be able to compete at scale. They're already starting to crack under pressure when you see all of the security breaches that are going on. You starting to see the layoffs. You see it in their financial results every quarter. They add all these customers. They haven't made any money. What does it matter? If you're adding all these customers, you can't even support them. That sounds like it sounds like a bubble to me, and it should sound like a bubble to the rest of the American people and to investors and everybody else as well. But generally, people have to see for themselves. So we're already starting to see T-Mobile crack under pressure, and they just really can't afford to financially compete. Not at scale and not over the long term.
What do you think of their marketing?
I think their marketing is excellent. I think that's what saves them. But they sell people, a network that can't secure their customers. It's really that's the truth. That's not opinion. That's fact. We're talking about several breaches over the course of the last year or two. We're talking about multiple rounds of layoffs. Most of the time, companies, layoffs is happening at scale, across multiple industries. So we know, there are pressures out there. I get it. I understand, and I acknowledge that. However, we seem to see that at a rapid pace, and it doesn't seem to really be improving. Yet we're seeing T-Mobile report all of these customer gains, right? Well, again, that just seems like a bubble, because you're adding all these people to a network that you cannot secure, that you can't keep people working for you to be able to help sell and support. It seems like a bubble to me. Meanwhile, Verizon and AT&T continue to pump out, what it is that they're pumping out from a network standpoint. They continue to grow revenue, both of those companies, and be more profitable, which is what it takes. I know the industry is really focused on, growth and adding customers. That's not the end all be all right now. I think Verizon and AT&T to some degree, but really Verizon, Hans has talked about it several times. He said, we're not really focusing on adding substantial amounts of customers that aren't going to be profitable to the business. The customers that we add have to return value financially to the business in order for us to be able to continue to invest in the product that everybody wants.
I'm going to push back a little bit, Brian. I'm going to push back a little bit on that one, Brian. There's a lot of people who are going to disagree, and they do not like what's going on with Hans' direction, meaning what Hans is willing to do at this, so like we could talk about like margins and profits at the sacrifice of any growth, right? The growth is negative, right? They have net losses for 2022. They feel
I think they were starting to turn that around.
Well, hold on one second. They feel like that particular metric, just the net adds, shows that they're unwilling to compete. Meanwhile, AT&T, for example, also highly focused like a laser on margins and profits. They're still able to grow. So here's a company that we have an example that is profitable and also competes. So why is Verizon not able to do that?
Well, I think AT&T has to, take a little bit more risks financially as far as the promotions that they have, because they're trading at $20 a share and they cut their dividend. So they have more in order to be able to, show that growth, because they just took a huge hit to their, to their revenue and to their, to their reputation. They had the longest running years as far as how many times they've grown their dividend to have to, now come back and cut it. Now trading at less than $20 a share. That's a lot of pressure on their leadership to be able to kind of try to create some sort of positive energy. So if they need to have promotions that are a little bit better than Verizon's in order to be able to grow at the clip that they have, then obviously they've been willing to do that. But they've shaved off expenses in other ways. For example, they got outbid for C-band. They had to settle for the DoD and the C-band. That's not bad, but it's certainly not contiguous like what Verizon was able to accomplish. So, they've had to find other ways to be able to compete, put things together. They're a little bit further behind as far as their network rollout in mid-band. They didn't invest in millimeter wave, things of that nature. So they don't seem to be as focused, not because necessarily they don't want to be right now, but because they haven't had the revenue to do so. And then they also had they decided to, go into HBO and Warner Media a little bit more than Verizon did. So they kind of lost their way a little bit as far as trying to find other ways to grow. Whereas Verizon's been more focused on their bread and butter, which is grown their network.
All right,
and
Brian,
it seems to be working.
Let me get in here real quick and address this comment. Vegas Raiders. I'm going to say this as nice and diplomatic as possible. This comment that you put in the comment section is horribly misinformed. Horribly inaccurate. The FCC has never held T-Mobile back on anything. Ever. The FCC approved the merger. Are you crazy? Can you seriously, with a straight face, type this into my comment section and think that's going to fly? They approved the merger. They let T-Mobile consume another carrier and take 50 million customers and 200 megahertz of mid-band and low-band bandwidth. How dare you type this into my comment section? This is insane. Bruh. Wow. Unreal, man. What do you think of that one, Bryant?
What was the, your poll said it best, and most of the people who answered the poll, T-Mobile. If I'm not mistaken, Raiders is a T-Mobile customer. So there you have it.
Oh, man. Bruh. Oh, man. I didn't mean to cook you, but you had to get cooked, bro. You got a little roasted and toasted there. We still love you, bro. It's all love, but we call a spade here, dog. That's what we do.
I was surprised that the FCC, everybody even allowed that merger to take place. AT&T tried to purchase T-Mobile, and they were,
but AT&T
they were shut
was
down.
a big
So there was
player.
already precedent.
But AT&T was the big player, right? They were number 2.
Very true. Very
I
true.
think that's the only. And I also think, remember who was the president? Could we talk about the
Very
politics
true
of it, right?
Very true. Very true. We had a Democratic president at the time. That's true.
I think those are two big factors. AT&T was literally gobbling up whatever they could for the previous 30, 40 years, right? That's what they do.
Very true. Very true.
So
Very
yeah,
true.
they weren't going to be having it. But everybody was buying the John Legere story, right? Little T-Mobile underdog, and they're just like, okay.
Yeah.
And Massa stopped investing in the network. So
yeah. Well,
all the pieces came together for that merger,
I've been saying it for a long time to as many people who will be willing to listen. I just feel like John Legere, he just kind of got away with a bunch of lies, man. I mean, T-Mobile has been doing this for years, and look at where they are now. I mean, look at what's going on. Again, multiple rounds of layoffs. You got multiple security breaches, and there's not really been a lot of accountability from our legislators, from the FCC, from nobody's reining them in at all. And I honestly feel like if it had been AT&T or Verizon having these things happen to their network, the narrative would be way, way different. I mean, are they one of the major carriers? Are they one of the 3, mobile network operators in America, or are they not? Are they still the little guys, or are they not? They got 100 million customers, just like AT&T and Verizon do. So what gives?
All right, let's answer top tier text question. If Verizon, the most expensive, doesn't have the fastest network or best promos, then why do they still have 30 million more customers? So the way that this works is pretty simple. Their emphasis since day one has always been the network, right? So it's about making the network robust with extensive coverage so that it's always there and available and reliable. A network being the fastest would mean that the customers demand fast. But what customers really need is that the connection always works, right? A 480p, 720p, 1080p video can run on a few megabits per second. So having speed to a customer makes no difference. Having capacity on available tower sites makes sense, right? Everybody needs a piece, right? As you move from cell to cell, you need the network to work for you. So I think being the fastest carrier, it's a proxy of available capacity. It's not indicative of a quality network. So Verizon has always hung their hat on network availability, which includes capacity, enough capacity and just overall size of the network. Verizon consumed Alltel. Verizon built out a massive network. They always had the most cell sites. They filled in with, capacity with cell splits, small cells, more macros. They know where their customers are. They know, and that's what they've done, right? They consumed carriers, regionals. They built tower sites. That's why they have 30, 40 million more than the next competitor, right? And their engineering uniformly is the most consistent throughout the country. That includes rural, that includes suburban and urban. All right, now, I don't think there's any real points to argue, but I'm just letting you know that's how things have played out for the last 20 years. Since Verizon, became a company, with the whole Vodafone thing.
There's really no way to, rebut anything that you said, Sneak. I think you're right. I think you're spot on.
Yeah, maybe you're right, Sam. Maybe it is the most well-rounded. I mean, there's places where the other networks are very good too, but it doesn't mean that Verizon's bad. So people aren't going to leave unless it's bad. That's kind of the bottom line, I think. People aren't stupid. Nobody's going to stay on a carrier that doesn't work, right? So if Verizon was bad, people would leave. I've tried to explain that to people a ton of times, right? People aren't leaving Verizon for the network, right? They're usually leaving because of pricing with some like bundle or promo from some other company. And some people have changed their usage demands. They don't need an unlimited plan, right? They've gone to like something else. I don't know. What's up, Archie?
That Verizon's... I'm sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
He's asking, what would Sprint look like as a 5G carrier today if the merger didn't happen? Their CapEx was low. They'd be a regional provider at best if we're just thinking about mid-band 5G.
Yeah, I'm not sure they had the capital to invest.
They just weren't, right? You go back to the last year Sprint was in operations, Verizon's CapEx was 17 billion. AT&T's was 18 billion. T-Mobile's was 8 or 9 billion, maybe. No, maybe less. It was like 7 billion. Sprint's was like 4.
And that's the thing, Sneak. They publicly announced that they're going back down to like 8 or 9 billion here in 2023. How are you going to compete with Verizon, who's at almost 20 billion this year? I think they may be a little bit more. They were definitely over 20 billion last. How do you expect to compete? I mean, AT&T was, in the tens of billions as well. How do you expect to compete when you've lowered your capex to under 10 billion? I mean, how?
Hey, big shout out to Pete Fox, man. Thank you for those coffees. He bought me 5 coffees, bro. Man, you guys are the best, keeping me caffeinated and motivated. Y'all the goats.
I gotta get you some. I gotta get you some coffees too, Sneak. I owe you some coffees. I gotta get you some coffees. I'm gonna do that tonight. I got you.
Are you a coffee guy yourself? Right?
No, man. I honestly, I'm a water guy. I drink a lot of water.
A lot of water. You do the Red Bull thing, bro, when you're tired?
Man, when I'm tired, I go to sleep.
Yeah, that's the answer. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But hey, look, Sneak, talk to me about this. So you've discussed Verizon's kind of MVNO strategy before. Mm-hmm. I think it's a really solid one, but I just want to know more about how you feel. So Verizon, you've spoken on how Verizon's kind of used their MVNO partnerships to compete for the value customer. I think it's been a solid strategy because it's allowed them to be able to remain premium as far as their pricing is concerned, but still be able to cater to that base without having to affect their margins really. Do you think that's an effective strategy? Because, I mean, it seems like AT&T is doing that as well, but to a lesser degree. Verizon's been really aggressive as far as going after almost any MVNO that comes out there. They're trying to go after them. And I think that's really, really smart. It seems like their goal is to get just as many connections on the Verizon network as possible and manage, any losses that they may or may not encounter, as far as within that, that value base via the MVNO. I think it's a solid strategy. What are your thoughts?
It works for the current CEO's philosophy. I personally believe it's lazy and it's easy. It's definitely not the best way to enhance profits. but it's an easy
So
way
what's the
to
best way?
scale. I don't know what it is. I'll be honest with you. I think it would
Yeah,
involve me maybe
gotcha.
crunching some numbers to try to develop a different strategy. But I mean, there's only like 3-4 CEOs of companies this big. So like, who am
Yeah.
I to say that it's not working? But I'll be honest with you, man. If you crunch the numbers, they're leaving money out on the table. But this might enable them to properly scale the network a little bit faster, right? Because I think when people think of Verizon, they don't look at it as a competitive rate plan type of offer. They look at it as premium. So the growth prospects are already limited just on customer perception. So Verizon might be looking at that and saying, well, then let's just sell our network to some other companies and we'll just grow off of their back. And okay, so we take a little bit lower ARPU, but they're going to be adding 1 million customers a quarter. And those are our wholesale customers. Now, the one thing Verizon is not doing, and I wish Hans would do this at these earnings calls, he needs to disclose some kind of financial explanation about how the wholesale agreements are helping their bottom line and contributing to revenues and contributing to ARPU and contributing to something, because right now they're leaving that out. And it's hurting the numbers, because when I look at cable and I see that those are technically, they're basically Verizon customers, because those customers are on Verizon's gigs of data, right? Most of the time, right? So like, until Comcast and Xfinity show me, until Spectrum and Charter show me that they've got small cells everywhere, I'm not buying the whole thing of their customers getting off of Verizon. You know, they're still going to be using a few gigs a month, and that's Verizon.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, I tell you, Sneed, I don't know.
So that's expensive. They're paying them the whole.
Exactly.
You know, they're still making. I mean, if the average customer is using, I think the cable company customers are using like 5 gigs a month on average. I mean, I don't know what the wholesale rate is, but that might be $20 or $30, right?
Well, it's definitely not enough for them to be profitable.
Right. Let's call that $30. It's better than them going to T-Mobile or AT&T.
I agree, and that's why I think it's a solid strategy. I would rather, if I'm leading Verizon and I don't want to cut costs as far as cutting my price plan.
Why isn't he communicating that to his investors?
I think that's a legitimate question. I think it's a legitimate question. I think there's truth to that. But as far as the strategy itself is concerned, I think it makes sense to compete with T-Mobile price-wise with MVNO carriers, because you've spoken on this before. MVNO carriers are starting to outcompete and win customers even from the T-Mobiles of the world. So, I mean, I think that strategy is effective. But I do agree that could be communicated better by Verizon leadership. I mean, I think Hans, I don't think it would be bad to let the investor know, hey, look, this is what we're trying to do, and it's working, and here are the numbers to prove it. I think that's a legit case to that. I feel you.
Because here's what's happening: you got doom and gloom every investors conference. That would not be doom or gloom. That would be growth.
Agreed.
Right? So we could talk about. We could talk about how great the home internet product is growing. We could talk about how the wholesale is going great. We could talk about the mid-band pops. I mean, there would be more things to celebrate and sink our teeth into as positives that are helping and contributing to the bottom line.
Yeah.
Hey, big shout out to Ricky.
Single-handedly
has bought me like 50 coffees this month. Ricky, you're the best, bro. Thank you. Ricky's going to have my blood pressure going up. And he's gonna my nervous system's about to shut down. Hey, thanks, Green. Appreciate the super chat. This one coming in from Green. Do you guys think that Verizon has cemented itself as the most reliable carrier into the public perception? For the most part, yeah, I do.
Yes. Absolutely. It's not even a question.
Yeah, I think the public perception is that.
That's why they're able to
has the
charge
most
more,
overcome, and I think AT&T is in a slightly better position. They've got the FirstNet, so that helps them obviously.
Yeah, FirstNet's really saving their bacon. They're really, absolutely. But I still think it's a race between Verizon and AT&T as far as network superiority. I still think T-Mobile has a lot to be desired. They don't own any fiber, Sneak. That's hurting them, man. They don't own any fiber. It's just hurting them. That's hurting them in a bad way. I mean, I just don't see where Verizon and AT&T are making major mistakes, but particularly Verizon. I mean, they always hit on all cylinders when it comes to the network superiority. I mean, they got the fiber, they got the One Fiber initiative that you've talked about several times. They got the expansion of the Fios product, which you've spoken on before. They got the FWA stuff going on. They got the C-band rollout. They got millimeter wave. Everybody was laughing at years ago about it's not going to go for. Well, now look at the Super Bowl and 60% of the people, and they killed it. I mean, I just don't see where Verizon's making a whole lot of really bad decisions, especially when it comes to network. I think when you talk about price,
network, I don't think there's many mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, but even when you talk about rate plans, they were within like $20 of T-Mobile. They're not super expensive. I mean, it used to cost like $90 for unlimited.
T-Mobile's doing free lines, dog. It's like let's say you got 6 lines on Verizon, 6 lines of Get More. What are you coming in at? $50 a line?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're at 300. 300 plus tax and fees probably puts you closer to 350, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Depending on where you live, it could be better, could be worse. Let's call it 350. 6 lines of Magenta MAX, you're paying for 4. Your bill's going to be $200 out the door because taxes and fees are included. You see what I'm saying? So in that instance, that's when it makes a difference. When people come in and get those free lines, that's the difference maker. You know, the advertised pricing for a single line, Magenta MAX is what, 85?
Yeah. 85, I think, is what.
And Verizon's top plan, I think the
90.
Get More 90.
Yeah, it's like $90. I mean, it's very, very closely priced. I understand there are other ways of discounts and all that, but when you think about what the trade-off is, again, multiple rounds of layoffs, multiple security breaches. Let me just go ahead and pay the extra. I mean,
right? They don't care.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy, man. America's a weird place, man. I don't understand. I would care. In a world where we're all connected, I want to have some peace of mind that my stuff's not going to be out there.
Okay,
I mean, geez, man.
Corrected us. 35 for 6 lines.
Okay. And I think you can do the mix and match. You can do the mix and match thing too. So
that helps.
Everybody doesn't have to be Get More. You can do the other stuff too. So yeah, I got you. Okay. Yeah. But still, man. I mean, to me, peace of mind matters. My phone matters. It seems like 130 million plus people who are with Verizon and however many are with AT&T. It seems to matter to them as well. That's 2/3 of the country right there. So, I mean, I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a guy.
Yeah, but you also buy your service, don't you? You're a consumer.
I am.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, like I told you before. I mean, I just recently I got the 5G Get More and everything like that. I'm loving the plan. As far as all of the value that's in there, nobody's throwing out the value that Verizon is. I think they could do a better job of marketing exactly what you're getting for these price points. I mean, Disney Plus, 600 gigs of cloud storage, which I think is underrated. People, I use
a nice little perk.
Yeah, man. They got the enhanced features with the international plans and Canada and Mexico and international, and I mean, 50 gigs hotspot. That's equivalent to what AT&T is doing, and I think it's 10 gigs more than what the Magenta MAX is offering. So, I mean, it's competitive, Sneed, and I think Verizon could probably do a better job of letting people know that.
Hey, Weasel, do we have calls coming in, or are we good with?
Yeah, we've had a couple try to come in.
All right, here's what we'll do. If we do get some more, we'll just we'll have to just move Brian along and then try to get to the rest of the folks. But Brian, thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Yep, here they come.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
thanks for calling.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you having me, man.
You're very welcome.
Hello, what's your name, caller?
My name is Andrew, and I'm from Southern California.
Hey, Andrew.
Just snowing over here.
Oh, damn. Never thought that day would have came, bro. I was in San Diego a few years ago. Shit was hot.
You think Southern California drivers stuck in the rain? Imagine how panicked everyone was when white stuff started falling from the sky.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, I was just calling to kind of counter the last very intelligent fellow out here who had some really good points, but
go ahead, Andrew.
I wanted to kind of stick to more of the broad strokes here.
Go ahead.
10 years ago, who would have thought we would be having a conversation at all
Nobody.
About Verizon, AT&T spending how many millions to try to catch someone who no one ever thought they'd be able to compete against.
Mm-hmm.
When did John Ledger start? It was like 2012, I think. 2011, 2012.
Yeah, somewhere.
He didn't even have the iPhone.
Nope.
If you focus on just the broad strokes management decisions that have been made, it is amazing how consistently they've been able and efficiently execute on what they said they're going to do. And what they said they're going to do and have accomplished is, in many markets, to get people who have to call their sons or daughters for their phone pin from AT&T and get on T-Mobile 55 plus or whatever they have to do. And that is a major accomplishment. I think that we tend to focus on the tech and what they're doing today, how many nodes they're deploying here and there. It's amazing to back up a little bit and just kind of evaluate how far T-Mobile especially has come, and how many free months and years of credit monitoring they've had to do on the way. But hey, they're here.
Yeah, you're right,
Andrew.
Andrew. That's a great take. Yeah, that's a great take. I think maybe because they're no longer that scrappy underdog, we kind of look at them as one of the big ones now, because they've had a failed merger and then two successful ones that have panned out really well. Like the Metro one is a successful one for them, and then obviously the Sprint one really supercharged them. I think we look at this version of T-Mobile and that's it. Like, this is a big company now. But if you go back to 2011, 2012, they've come a long way. It's pretty crazy.
That's not that long ago. It's really not that long ago. It's astounding.
It's not that long ago.
Crazier, I think.
What has happened to AT&T in the last 10 years?
Well, in a lot of ways, not much.
To show you what 10 years is, right? They failed the merger with T-Mobile, and they created T-Mobile, the T-Mobile we have today. They're part of that. They gave them a roaming agreement for 7 years when T-Mobile didn't have a network. They gave them $3 billion, right? And that was part of T-Mobile's kind of like foundation to get going. Then they had John Ledger, who basically hit on everything. I mean, can you name a more storybook ending for him?
They went from having to detail how many, their porting ratios, their net losses of customers, to focusing on average added accounts, not lines, accounts with multiple lines. And they're actually having discussions about growing ARPA.
Yeah, but we still need them to make some free cash flow. We do need them to start making some money. If you're an investor, you're probably like, that's really the only thing left to do, right? Like, we don't see problems with them growing. They know how to grow. They know how to sell. That's not an issue. The investor's probably like, I'm waiting for these synergies to kick in.
Yes, they know how to execute incredibly well, and that's why I feel like a lot of investors are still along for the ride and saying, yeah, we're gonna trust what they say and that they're gonna grow free cash flow and all that stuff. But having the conversation, as the last guy was mentioning, the people who are signing up for T-Mobile, especially today, they're not gonna care that T-Mobile doesn't own fiber. Who cares? They just want to get on Facebook or TikTok. We really super care about this because we all have 2-3 providers. We do speed tests here, speed tests there. All someone really cares about is, am I dropping calls? Number one, that's mattering less over time, more so FaceTime calls. And can I get on whatever service is important today? And,
your call and his call are very different. Your call is very different from his. Yours went back far to show how far they've come, and your call also highlights the consumer interest. I think his was from a different angle, more like, infrastructure. So two very, very different
Right.
tones, right? But glad you called, Andrew. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Call back. Would definitely love to have you back on to talk, man.
Yeah, of course.
All right, great. Thanks. Next caller, Weasel.
Hello, caller. What's your name?
Quentin from Ohio.
Hey, Quentin.
Buddy.
Well, go
What's
Bengals.
Go
Say
Bengals,
that.
bro.
Gotta go there.
Nice.
So, let's talk about this a little bit. Sneed, I will compensate you for the demonetization you're about to get. I am a carrier whore. I have been with them all. I used to work for Sprint when they were a thing. I've worked for Cricket, and like I said, I've been with everybody. I've been with AT&T.
You said your name is Quentin?
Yes.
Okay, Quentin, did you work in retail or did you work in management? Did you work in engineering? What did you do?
So I worked for Sprint as a business account manager,
Okay,
and then I did tier 2 tech support.
got you. Okay.
So I've seen a lot of things. Now, one thing that kind of stood out to me that I found very interesting was that, like I said, I've been with everybody. I've been with AT. This is my second go around with AT&T. Been with Verizon twice. Been with T-Mobile probably 3 times. I don't know why I kept going back to them. And shout out to you for confirming that hack. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have go looked at my bank account. And they said no bank account information was compromised, but I went and seen somebody was going shopping at Louis Vuitton and Tom Ford. What's this? And I contacted T-Mobile once I seen the videos. I'm like, oh, so here we are yet again. I've been managed to be avoided over the past 3 years, but here we are, and I got hacked. So I said, you know what? Packed my shit up, went to AT&T. And I'm glad that I did. But one of the things that I've seen, you put the poll up and you said, which carrier seems to be misinformed? You said, which fan base seems to be? I got to say T-Mobile, but Verizon as well.
Okay.
Because if you pay attention and you take a look, AT&T, not AT&T, Verizon actually has surprisingly a lot more dead spots than what people might actually think.
Ding.
Especially the times I was out in California, like when I was in LA, oh, it was bad. Like it was. T-Mobile dominated LA, but Verizon had a lot of dead spots, and AT&T's coverage map has definitely improved. At this point, I'm not saying 5G is not a thing, but I mean, me personally, I don't give a shit about 5G. I mean, it's here, but I don't need to download a Instagram file in half a second. I mean, it is what it is. As long as you can make a call and watch your TikTok, that's really should all you be cared about. Because the average person, they don't care about speeds. If you ask people what speed internet are they paying for, how many people could actually sit here and tell you what speed internet do they have?
Very few.
That's facts.
Very few. So the fact that we're running around here saying, oh well, 5G is the future, I will give T-Mobile the edge. T-Mobile has the fastest 5G speeds that I've seen, at least in my area.
Most areas
Sneed,
you're probably right. Most areas you're probably right.
And Sneed, you probably can attest to this, but throughout the state of Ohio, AT&T dominates.
Facts.
Completely.
It's the most modern network in the state.
We may not have a 5G speed, in my immediate area, I think I just have sub-6. But it's crazy. I don't have AT&T fiber where I'm at. I have a local fiber provider, and we have a no compete agreement with them. But it kind of works out on both sides because they sell AT&T sells direct TV and DSL service like in the rural areas, and most of the employees for the fiber provider, they use their cell phone service for their business phone. So it kind of works out. But T-Mobile T-Mobile fan base, T-Mobile, they're very misinformed. And you got people that have been with T-Mobile 15, 20 years. They don't care how many times they get hacked. They're not going nowhere. They don't give a shit. They don't.
Yeah, they don't.
And the fact that they're getting rid of this credit card, discount, that's stupid in my opinion. I mean, I prefer to use a credit card for auto pay because if something happens, Capital One will give me my money back.
But Quentin, it's clearly a play on the merchant fee. They're trying to reduce their losses and all of this, right? Their accountability, their culpability. They know what it takes for them to not take L's, right? So that's what they're going to do.
I mean, but I get that, but I don't know. I just find that crazy.
That's for sure, right? Yeah.
Especially if you want to be secure, like T-Mobile does not have. I would think that they would be tired of having to go through lawsuits and
the irony
pay
of
people for security.
The ironic part is that they talk about not creating consumer pain points, and they talk about addressing consumer pain points. They just created one.
Hugely, and then you have the hack in place. And then let's not even get started on that outage. I just switched to AT&T, and I was talking to my girlfriend. She has T-Mobile, and she's like, "Well, what? What your phone is? Your phone is shitty." And I said, "Oh," and I sent her your video. I said, "Who was having the issue? Look at all these people, 36 states, and some of them, once again, couldn't even call 911. When you get to a point where you're can't even call 911, it's time to do something, and this is ridiculous. I don't know what T-Mobile. I don't know. I think it's gotten worse since the Sprint merger. Do you guys agree?
In some ways, in some ways they've done some good things. I think the T-Mobile home internet has really helped some people. In some ways, I think the network capacity is kind of like a breath of fresh air, right? They put spectrum on air that Sprint wasn't really doing properly. Sprint wasn't investing. So I feel like in those respects, there's improvements. But I think there's some regression after John Legere. You know what I mean? Like there's some things there.
Oh, John Legere was a lifesaver to T-Mobile. They were not been able to survive without John Legere. But, Sprint, what a lot of people don't know is that even though Sprint probably had the worst coverage that you could ever imagine, besides them having the best value, they actually would reach areas and get signals in areas that you would really be surprised. And that was the one thing that shocked me. So they're really good in rural areas. So whatever.
They didn't have voice over LTE
definitely.
for so long. It was so hard to watch that all play out. Like they would make a promo and none of the carriers would respond.
No, because they knew that their customers would definitely be back. And, they thought that they did something for a while when the Can You Hear Me Now guy that had him doing the promotions. And
yeah.
Well, I mean, you still were definitely saying that on Sprint, but yeah. So I definitely got to give a shout out to Sneed for looking out. Cause like I said, I wouldn't have thought to check my bank account, and I did. And right now I do have a T-Mobile prepaid line that I'm using, but I have the AT&T unlimited premium plan. Because I got the signature discount.
Hey, do me a favor, Quentin.
It's good.
If you're looking to get away from that T-Mobile prepaid account at some point and you want to try something different, I am partnering with Mint Mobile. So if you were to maybe try that service at some point, maybe use my partner link, and that could help out my channel too.
Hey, I'll be sure to buy you a coffee and a donut while I'm at it. How about that?
Thanks, bro. No calories.
Hey, by the way, how about those croissants at Costco? I'm gonna have to try them. I haven't been to Costco
bro.
in a minute.
The Costco croissant is next level, bro.
You like them that much, huh?
They're awesome, bro. You buy them in like a pack of 20 and they're gone in 2 days. It's wild, bro.
All right. Well, look, I'm about to sit here and throw you a little something. So I tell you what, I'm gonna challenge everybody. Donate. Can you match what I'm about to donate to Sneed? It's not going to be much, but see if you can match it. Let's all support Sneed. He saved lives. He saved my money. He saved me from being able to pay my bills. Hey, I definitely appreciate it.
That makes me happy, bro. I'm glad to help, bro. Anything I could do to help the consumer, bro. That's why we're here. We're a community of people.
And if I may ask a favor, while I do have you here.
Yeah.
I actually am visually impaired, so when you are doing certain videos, if you wouldn't mind, like certain stuff you show on the screen, if you don't mind, I know you're not gonna sit there and read a whole thing, but could you be more specific? Like if you point to something on the screen. Could you
Mhm.
be more specific, especially if it's a value point?
Okay, so like with respect to like which type of videos typically am I not properly doing all
Well,
that?
like, I mean, for the most part you do, but like if you're reading the video and you're showing like a chart and something might be of a point, you say, does it look right here?
Got you. Okay.
You know, I mean, I know I'm just one person, but you know, I just thought I would ask.
No.
know,
I have several.
You get a lot of comments.
I have several visually impaired viewers and supporters. I'll definitely
We
be
have,
mindful of that.
yes, we have a lot of visually impaired people in the community.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thanks, Quentin.
Well,
Appreciate you,
definitely. I appreciate you guys for having me on the show, and I hope we do this again.
bro. Yeah, absolutely. Call back soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Weasel.
All right, let's see.
Austin, Los, what's good, fellas?
Speak of the devil.
Oh, damn, we got a super chat. Hold up. Hack Mobile should put less money into marketing and more into security. Do you think that anything make them do it? I don't know, Green. It's a lot of hacks. I mean, do you think they've been hacked enough to know to where now they want to do something about it? I don't know.
What are you talking about? No radio. Speak of the devil.
Thanks, Green. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
Thanks for all that you
the
do.
devil went down to Florida.
Hey,
Yeah, I
Georgia.
yeah, I know he skipped Florida. He went to Disney World for a little bit.
hey. So I got confirmation because I heard some rumors, and I actually got it confirmed from some internal sources. AT&T is getting rid of the credit card thing too, and it'll be effective by the end of May.
Yeah, it was just a matter
knew
of
it was
time when
coming.
T-Mobile did it. Yep. Yes,
And
sir.
it's confirmed through my plug at AT&T.
Verizon
I
already
was
did
about
it.
to
You got to
say
get their
that.
credit card, you know?
Yeah, they got the Citibank card. That's what they're gonna try pushing now. There's AT&T has the Citibank card.
Yeah, there you guys have it. Los breaking the news. Carlos always on finding out some shit, man. Damn, son.
But you gotta realize, right, Sneed? Since T-Mobile had to push everybody to up their game, when T-Mobile starts going down, everyone else is going to go down with them
Facts.
because they can get away with it now.
Yes, sir. Yep. Who is the best international operator outside the U.S.? I don't know, man. I mean, I would guess it'd be in some of the smaller countries because they can densify without it being much of a burden. Right. Thanks, Quentin. Appreciate the super chat, man. It's nice of you, man. Thank you so much. Do we have another caller, Weasel, or we
don't right now, but call lines are open, so
nice. Okay,
Give
I didn't
us
know
a
if somebody
call.
was waiting to get in.
760-891-2313.
That's my only concern is that they give up after they have to wait. You know, hang in there, and I want to give everybody a chance to kind of chime in and get their time. You know what I mean? I want to be respectful of that.
I had to clear some assets, but eventually I'll be opening up a phone line for the tech channel.
Nice, dude. You know I'm gonna call.
I know, and you're gonna be rooting for T-Mobile.
You damn right, bro. Damn, son. You know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, because I heard no radio told you to do it.
Hey, we've only got 94 votes. If you
I
guys
voted.
want to vote in tonight's poll, we're gonna close it here in a couple of minutes. Which fan base is the most misinformed? T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, or Dish/Boost?
Oh, here we are with another one.
All right, name and where you're from. You don't have to tell me what street or your address. I just need to know the state.
Hey, yo, it's me, Jay, by the way. So what's
Who is
up?
it?
Jay.
What's up, Jay?
What's up?
What's happening?
Man, I'm out here just chilling. I just got a new job recently, too. I just got hired at this thing called
Getting
Chop.
that money, boy.
Congrats.
Getting that money?
Yep, you're gonna start
I
doing
know,
money dance, bro. Talk through the money phone. What you gonna do?
Man, I don't even know, man. I'll probably just
celebrating to smoke more weed, honestly.
There you go, man. What's on your mind, bro? What do you want to say? What do you want to tell us, dog? Question, comments, concerns?
Man, I gotta say, man, I'm concerned about T-Mobile, man. T-Mobile always get these breaches, bro. They're always getting breached, and that's something I feel like they need to change that, bro. Like, they need just to replace mmWave with somebody else who knows about networking and not to get breached. Because I don't see Verizon getting breached.
Damn, he came in for Neville, dog. He came straight to Neville, man.
Came straight to Neville, bro. Hell, Hans Vestberg will probably run a better network than Neville, bro.
So let me ask you this, Jay. You've been using all these networks for a long time, right? You're in the Big Apple, right?
Yeah.
All right, man. Who's been holding it down for you? Who's performing well?
Technically, bro, Verizon, bro. Verizon's been actually holding it down with me. Like, even though there's some spots, like, you know, we can't control, like, when it comes to, like, basements and stuff. But technically, bro, Verizon's been consistent. You know what I mean? Especially with security. You know, and, like, let's just say, you know how T-Mobile, like, let's just say how people order the stuff under their name. They barely do anything to stop it. With Verizon, I had a notification, like, the one time someone ordered some stuff under my on my number. And apparently it was, like, an old account that was tied to my boyfriend's account. And we called Verizon, they canceled it and reversed it, and they didn't even, like, penalize it like that. They just fixed it. Like, oh, okay, we saw that it was breached, so they fixed it. And they actually, you know, and no issues, bro. Like, when I moved to this new apartment, they have files, which makes my bill cheaper. I don't have to use their home internet because I already get 1 gig with Verizon files, you know. So, me personally, Verizon files has actually held it down.
Yeah, everybody
No,
that usually
Verizon
has Fios is pretty happy with the service. Most people.
Customer service too. I mean, I never had to go call customer service like I would have done with T-Mobile. Like, literally, like, as long as the shit works, bro. Like, you know, forget my language, but as long as it works, like, hey, why not? And I'm sticking with them, bro. Like, I don't even want to leave. I don't even want to go to AT&T because I already had my bad experiences with AT&T customer service when it comes talking to somebody or understanding what went wrong with your account, and I feel like they do little. MVNOs obviously could do little for you. So, and T-Mobile, what I've been seeing, they're just a two-faced company, and you know, like I said, my reputation is kind of burnt there as a customer and an employee. So
yeah,
I know the choices.
You got a pass with them, that's for sure.
Yeah. So for people that have their experience, like, it just depends where you're at, but also, like, my trust is with Verizon. You know, other companies would have to earn my trust.
Yeah, that's true. I think when someone trusts a company to just give them what they're paying for, they stay with them. You know, whichever company, whoever can fulfill that purpose, right? So whether it's the network trust, or it's the billing trust, or it's the customer service trust, or if it's all of it, right? Those customers that find that with companies, they don't like to leave those companies. It's hard to find that.
Yeah, like, I've been seeing loads of speed tests, you know what I mean? Where every time he goes live on, like, Verizon, no issues, perfect. Or even at least Dish where he's at. So, I mean, at least Dish is trying to do better, that's what I'm saying. But for that matter, is like, maybe, who knows, in the future, if Dish wants to be like, well, we want your business, and if they gain my trust, then I will probably use them as a second carrier rather than T-Mobile, for that matter. But, you know, like I said, it all goes down to, you know, who do you trust in the end of the day? Because like I said, me as an employee for having T-Mobile, people like to talk about T-Mobile here, but I told them, you don't understand. It's like, I've been through a horrible experience, not only working for these guys, but even being with them. And I always tell people, T-Mobile can gain my trust again, or for that matter, fine. I don't mind going back as a customer. But me personally, bro, it's like, me trusting Verizon more, right? They actually earned my trust, because when I went there, it was a smooth experience when porting over, moving out, you know what I mean? And how easy it was for you to activate. So if people want that, you know what I mean? The people, they really want something like that, rather than they'll go through a headache during the activation process, because everyone's different how they activate.
Yeah, true. Appreciate you, Jay. We're trying to take as many
You're
calls as
welcome.
we can tonight, but you're welcome to call back anytime, bro. You know you're a friend of the show, bro. You've been riding with me forever, bro. I appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate you too, bro. I just want to put my input when it comes to like actual trust, you know what I mean, and actually have my voice put
Thanks,
out
Jay.
there because I feel like I've been silent for a minute, but appreciate you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Bye bye.
Take care. That's Jay.
Hey,
from
what's your
NYC.
name? Where are you from?
This is Frankie. I'm from Connecticut.
Hey, Frankie.
How you doing?
Excellent. How are you, sir?
I need some help picking a new wireless carrier.
Okay.
I am done with Hack Mobile.
Damn, son.
I got 3 lines.
Mhm.
I got the insider discount. I got an Apple Watch. I got home internet. And I'm just tired of getting hacked.
I hear Visible Plus is a very good deal.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing about the home internet. Does Verizon offer the home internet in your area?
True.
In my area, Verizon does not have home internet. And I've been testing Verizon.
You would be looking for a replacement for the T-Mobile home internet from somewhere else.
So my options are Spectrum or Frontier Fiber.
What's the pricing?
$59 for both.
Do they
for
give you
their
the speeds you
intro
need?
pricing. They will.
Okay.
They will give me the speeds that I need, so I've got to change that. But I've been testing AT&T and Verizon, and AT&T's things just load faster. Speeds are better. Verizon, things kind of seem congested and slow. In Connecticut, I also work in New York, and it's the same thing there. So I'm having a struggle deciding between the two.
Do you want to be on postpaid service, or are you looking for both options, whether it's postpaid, prepaid?
Definitely postpaid, definitely premium plan.
Okay, so at 3, because you can mix and match, you know, with AT&T, so you can get yourself like one of the lines could be a start, and then you know the others could be the premium option. So you might want to mix and match that. Also, AT&T offers certain discounts. I think anyone can qualify for the AARP discount. Some employers also will give you a discount through AT&T. Those might be things worth exploring. And usually those discounts are better with AT&T than Verizon. Plus, it sounds like Verizon's not that great over there. So I think
No,
have your
it's
answer.
really not that good.
Yeah, I think your answer is AT&T. I think your answer is to find a couple of discounts that you might qualify, whether it's through your employer or it's through the AARP or some other kind of promotional thing. Now, are you trading in phones too? Like, would you be looking to get upgraded with like iPhone 14s or something?
No, everything I have is unlocked. I'm just going to hang on to it. I have a Z Fold 3, Galaxy S22, and an iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Sounds to me like you should just look to see, like, of the 3 lines, do all 3 have to be premium? Or maybe you could save like $10-15 on a specific line or two by, you know, putting them on a slightly lower plan, but your premium experience is important to you, so you would have that premium line, right?
So I was thinking too, and I don't know if you've noticed this in your testing, do you feel like AT&T Business Elite is better than the postpaid premium plan as far as speeds?
Carlos, I want you to chime in on this one. How about Frankie, please?
Business is always better.
Because I might even
when it
go
comes to Verizon
and just grab that.
Business is better.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a business line on AT&T and Verizon. I can concur with Carlos.
Yeah, and I've got some AT&T business
But I'm
lines
gonna
too, and it's really good.
That's good to know.
But I'm gonna
So I
tell you
may
this
go
right
that
now.
route.
Now, when it comes to AT&T business, when it comes to AT&T business and Verizon business, they do verify the business. They make you bring in tax ID. They make you bring in the.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically you're
And
gonna have
a
to go
business
through the
card
steps,
and
right?
have
You're gonna have to
business
give
on
them your
Google and
tax
stuff.
ID, you know, verify that the business is legitimate, it exists, right? And then,
Okay.
you know, you'll get a specific type of pricing structure. You'll be on a higher QCI Do you know what I mean by QCI?
Yes.
Okay, so AT&T's, in my opinion, AT&T is the best QCI setup. To me, it has the best dichotomy, the best levels of separation, and they offer like the best hotspot priority, you know, on the AT&T business. I think that's the move for you, man.
That sounds like it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sneed.
You're welcome.
And
Thanks.
also, you can do sole prop. You can do sole prop. You don't need an actual tax ID number. I've done sole props. It all depends on the store if they allow it. So for AT&T, you can do a sole prop under the business, but some stores don't allow it. Like corporate stores really don't allow it.
Customer care is going to be better on the business side too. They're going to treat you like a king. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Frankie. Appreciate you, bro. Good luck with everything, man.
Thank you. Good night.
Weasel next.
All right.
Yeah, when my Comcast is down, I'm using the AT&T Business hotspot to keep the solutions running here.
Yeah.
With that 5G M5 that Ricky loves.
Call lines are open. Hit us up. 760-891-2313.
Yeah, that was an
You also have
interesting
to
call.
remember too, Austin. You have to remember too, Austin, that the access that you have is it's an access that's not.
Yeah, it's
you can't
enterprise.
get, yeah.
But no,
Yeah,
like
but
even
he'll
here,
love the business access though. If he gets it, he's gonna like it.
even if you're like
Oh,
on
yeah.
like if you're on a MVNO like Boost, it still is good here. AT&T's just got a really good network here.
Yes, Sneed.
What up, man?
I feel like I'm on Freestyle Friday. Like we're about to get some battle rappers in the call with the music going in the background.
Shoot. Let's go.
All right, Door Radio, throw us some beat down. Come on, rap.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like back in the day, the local radio station had a Freestyle Friday.
Bro, chill out, bro. I'll make you eat dirt and fart dust.
Oh!
I'm gonna let you ride tonight. You in your house. But watch your back in the meat.
Oh, damn, bro. He's gonna come swinging, bro. Damn. Yeah, see, you guys don't know about no radio. He comes from blood in the meats. Oh, damn, son. All right, numbers up. 760-891-2313. Get your calls in. I mean, we've been running the show for like 2.5. I guess we'll hang out for a little bit more, but at some point I'm gonna have to pull the plug on this one. We'll have to do it again next week. You guys think a Sunday show would be better for something like this?
I think it could. Definitely, because people would be chilling at home more.
Yeah, maybe we'll turn this into a Sunday segment.
Or you could do it on Saturday too. Either or works because like Sunday you don't want to do it during Super Bowl. Like if there's a football game.
I feel like, you know, the first hour of the show we could cover all the news topics of the day and all that stuff that's going on, and then the last hour we can open it up to the community. You know.
Yeah, open up the phone lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to call in and you want to ask a question, comments, concerns, maybe you want to yell at me because I'm a thong or a shill or whatever else. Frankie, thank you, bro.
Hey, hook it up.
Appreciate you, Frankie. He's gonna look into the AT&T business account. I think that's a winner for you, Frankie. Straight up. You know, see if you can qualify on the enterprise side of things. They got the best QCI, the best hotspot. You know, it's like never do cryo ever.
Enterprise is tough, Sneed. Remember, your regular business is fine, but enterprise.
It's worth a shot, though. I mean, you try.
If you're gonna have 30+ lines, then yeah.
I think Frankie's hit me with super chats like this before. Thanks, Frankie. You're very generous, man. Thank you, bro. Oh my goodness. By the way, if you guys want to make these like the super chat donos a little bit more direct to the creator, you could do so with the Buy Me a Coffee link. You could do the PayPal, you could do the Venmo, the Cash App. Your creators get more of that donation, less if it gets taken away from other entities. They be killing us, Los. Thanks, Frankie. Appreciate it very much, man.
Trust me, I know.
Major. All right, so let me ask you something, Weasel. How hard was it to get this going, dog?
It was pretty simple for me. I already had a couple of virtual audio cables.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got a call coming in right now.
Let's do it. Caller, what is your name and what state are you from?
Donald. I'm from Illinois.
Hey, Donald.
My code name is Borgranta 61103. You might recognize me from some stream chat.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. Thanks for calling, man. Good to have you on.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, I have 3 carriers. It's crazy, but every time I go into a warehouse store, I have to switch to AT&T because Verizon turns to hell.
Wow.
And every time it shreds the hell out of 5G UW. Uplink is 0. When I tested it today, right on 5G UW. So they're going to have to partner with all the Walmarts to just put indoor DASs in every single Walmart if they want to maintain market share with people that go there regularly or work there.
Mm-hmm. I think they have something in place with Walmart. I'm not sure what it entails from the networking side, but they do have a relationship, so there might be some hope. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, the one nearest me, though, is pretty good on their low-band 5G. But for some reason, the one that's on the across town on the east side, for some reason, it's like hell for Verizon.
How far is the site from the Walmart?
I'm not sure. I don't usually hunt down those towers. I'm just more of a casual, what's it called? Speed tester.
What phone are you using? I'm just curious.
13 Pro Max.
Okay, so a pretty new iPhone. Okay. Your antennas are good. You know, I used the iPhone 13 Pro Max for an entire year. It was a very good phone. The antennas were good.
I had fairly good downlink, but the uplink turned to hell right in the electronics area. So.
Yeah. The indoor DAS is probably the only solution that's going to truly help in that scenario, because really the only thing you're down to at that point is low band, for uplink. So if anything, the configuration could help if they were to switch you for, instead of trying to do it over the 5G UW, if it was to go to, say, for example, the regular 5G, the DSS, you would at least get probably 5 or 10 megabits uplink.
Or just aggregate them both. That way, the uplink would actually be something rather than nothing.
You're probably not going to see that for another couple generations of modems, at least one more for the iPhone. So we'll see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably tell the iPhone 20 and then get that one. That way, I'll be sure to have plenty of air.
He said the iPhone 20.
Damn.
At least he's honest.
You ain't lying, bro. Hey, Morgreta, thank you, bro. Appreciate you, Donald. Thanks for calling, man.
Yeah, bro, you're awesome, bro. Thank you for the love and support as always.
You said iPhone 20, dog.
I mean, Sneed, if they copy Samsung, they'll just jump to 20 next.
Sheesh.
At my I've got 5G UW, but I mean better than that Walmart. I'm getting good solid 10 megabit uplink for 9 or as low as 6.5 at the worst for the uplink, and the downlink is usually 620 or more.
So I don't know what you guys have seen, but most of the dashes I've seen in Walmarts are repeater dashes.
Dirty signal is probably likely too.
what they're doing is, and most of the ones I've seen, they're literally just amplifying whatever the band 2 is on the macro outside. All the Walmarts I've seen around here anyway, they're not dedicated DASs.
So it's a passive DAS. It's an antenna.
Yeah, they literally have an antenna outside pulling it in, and then they have antennas inside just rebroadcasting it.
Yeah, that's not a good option. I don't like that.
But that's what the Walmarts have out here.
My grandma's house has a weird setup. AT&T and Verizon tend to suck relative to U.S. Cellular. U.S. Cellular smokes them with getting up to and over 200 Mbps down on low band.
U.S. Cellular.
Yeah, and when I played cloud gaming, it was like playing it on the console.
Wow.
And if it wasn't for the fact that it dimmed and got hot as hell, I would have been able to play it all day in the direct sunlight. So.
Weasel, you see my my note in the private chat?
Yep.
Yeah, just monitor that situation, okay?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, this one, we got a comment from Cosmic. Yo, Sneed, just want to say I love the content. Keep it coming. You got it, bro. Absolutely.
Will the FCC be facing a class action lawsuit over denying the N41 licenses to T-Mobile or withholding them?
Well, there's no solid proof or evidence that AT&T is the cause of the holdup. That's partially assuming that's going on there.
Go after the FCC themselves, and if there's a group of pissed off rural area residents, they might decide it's time to kick the FCC in the butt a few times.
Yeah, that could work. I think that pressure is deserved too. I mean, they won the spectrum fair and square. It was up for bid. They successfully achieved that. But what I'm seeing from this version of the FCC is they're slow. You know?
I don't know what they're smoking, but it's causing some type of brain damage.
Donald, where you? They got brain damage. I don't know, man. They only have 4 commissioners, so maybe they need another one.
They got some bad medical marijuana.
They're on that reefers, bro. They're on that reefers.
Tell them we got them on a pack.
Also, do you see AT&T becoming more spectrum efficient and faster? Their midband isn't hitting past 500 megabits 98% of the time, as you and I both know, unless it's a millimeter wave site. I mean, I expect it to get better with density. You know, as those upgrades become more uniform, you know, that will become more of the expectation. I also think with the evolution of phones, you know, handhelds, the modems, a combination of also the tech that's going up on the tower sites, maybe software-defined stuff can help. Those things will become more common. But for now, just kind of like wait for all towers to get upgraded. Then I think it's more of a way to evaluate after that happens. You know, we've seen carriers with speed islands where a tower's fast, but then the next 2-3 towers over are not upgraded, right? So it's nice that you have fast speeds for a mile, but then it's slow for another 10 miles. You know, so. All right, hey, Donald, appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you, bro. Call back soon, okay?
Okay, I will say goodbye for now. Have a good day.
Thank you, man. Take care. Smoking that medical grade, bro.
Well, North Carolina just officially passed it.
Damn. Everybody's on them greens.
Everybody about to be on that green.
Yep, we're going to start calling everybody crouton, bro. Everybody on their green. Raging Dusty says U.S. Cellular struggles to get 50 down on 5G here in Maine. Hey, what up, Maine? What up, Lewis? Anyone use Boost Infinite yet? Okay, so I've been using Project Genesis. So I haven't been using Boost Infinite, but I know some people have.
I
And,
did.
what do you think?
I already canceled it.
Damn, son.
Damn.
You gave up?
I like how I hear. I like when Sneed's like, "What do you think about it?" I already canceled it.
Damn.
Without native access, I might as well just get an AT&T line. I don't know.
Fair.
This will get better priority.
Cost, right? The cost difference?
Yeah, but I don't care about the cost. I care about the network.
He's like, man, I got money, bro. I can pay my bills.
Well, I think most of us enthusiasts, we only jumped because we thought we were going to get some native access. When that didn't happen, a lot of us jumped ship.
Yeah, so if they offered it, you'd be back on to give it a whirl, right?
Yeah, I might give it a try then.
Yeah, I don't blame you, bro. That was kind of the first thing I asked is, everybody's in a rush to lock in this price, but you ain't even getting the Project Genesis, All right, question from Tech Guy. Member, appreciate you, bro. Hey, Sneed, how many more quarter losses do you think Verizon BOD is going to tolerate? Board of Directors. Okay. I don't know, man. I mean, it was a whole year of net losses. If you look at 2022, I don't think 2023 is going to be any different. What's changing? Do you see anything happening in retail? Do you see anything happening in promotions? Do you see anything happening, with customer care? Those are the downsides. Those are the things that are negative. And unless that sentiment changes because Verizon actually does anything, I don't expect it to turn around. I expect 23 to be just as bad as 22. I mean, Verizon had a bad quarter even for a Q4 with respect to net ads. So I don't know, man. I don't think they really want to tolerate anything. I think it's just happening and they don't have answers. That's what I think. Hey, Sneeb, were you affected by the train derailment in Ohio? No, it's not anywhere close to me. East Palestine's like 3 hours away from here at least.
What?
Yeah, that place is far. Was it south and east of here? It's actually closer to Dennis than it is to me, and Dennis lives in PA.
Those are happening everywhere. Those train derailments are going on nationwide right now.
So wasn't it the regulations of the brakes and stuff, like the safety inspections?
I mean, that's the only thing we got to blame it on at the moment.
Yeah. So.
But I saw yesterday, even overseas, a train derailed. I was like, dang.
It's crazy, bro. I just bought like 10 shares of Union Pacific, bro. The railroad company. I'm about to pull my money, bro. Damn, son. Have to ask those investor questions. Do we have good brakes?
Hey, Sneed, you might want to pull that before that derails.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
That was because if that derails, that's going to become a trashy problem.
I just heard another one derailed in California. We had one derail here.
Yeah, Black Saw, I do agree. Absolutely. We're going to take one more call. If anybody wants to call in, the number is 760-891-2313. We'll take one more, and then we're going to shut it down. It was a hot box that got detected, but they could not stop the train in time. Of course they couldn't, because the brakes were whack.
And trains don't stop on a dime, just like 18-wheelers.
Oh, have any of y'all actually heard a train stop?
Yeah, it's wild.
Good
Yeah,
God.
it's wild. I've seen it happen sitting at the railroad tracks where right before due east of Highway 301 in Stark. I've seen it happen. I've seen it stop and then people have to sit there for 2 hours. Not gonna lie, I kind of was part of that ordeal. So it was annoying.
Just had somebody share a speed test with me. This one is from Tony. He's on Cricket. And he sent me a speed test. 409 down, 48 up.
Damn!
It was running.
It was an AT&T's prepaid brand Cricket. 409
Not bad
down
for
and
the cricket.
49 up. Yeah, man.
That's 40. That's good.
Getting that 4G plus, 5G plus, 4G plus,
4G plus.
4G plus plus. Lots of pluses.
Where's the 4G plus 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 plus?
It's in your
All right,
backyard.
here we
dog.
go.
All right, caller, your name and where you're from. Just give us the state. We don't need to know your address.
Please include
Nope.
social security number.
Oh,
They hung up on us.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, even if you don't, T-Mobile will give it to us.
damn.
Oh, damn, son.
Oh, someone
That's
from
messed
Texas, or a Texas number at least.
The power grid must have went down in the middle of the call.
You guys are
No,
still on that.
or the
still on
fact that,
wind
or the
energy.
fact that it was Brandon in Houston and his T-Mobile took a nuclear crap. Bro, I made a phone call today, Sneed, with my T-Mobile line. Did not ring. I was calling someone on Verizon. It did not ring on my end. And when it went to voicemail, the only way I knew it went to voicemail was the fact that the iPhone indicated by showing up the keypad when you go to voicemail or they answer. But I still had no audio whatsoever.
So was the problem T-Mobile or Verizon?
T-Mobile.
I was going to say the way you described it, it sounded like Verizon was the issue.
No, because when I called them with my Verizon number, it worked perfectly fine. I was able to do the call.
I don't know. I've had problems not making calls, but holding calls on T-Mobile. Handoffs are rough. Site to site.
And then it was weird. I was like, what in the world is going on? Why can I not make phone calls? And then, like, when I call my mom, she's on T-Mobile, it went to voicemail all the time. Kept going to voicemail.
I think it's site dependent. Like the tower site at the bakery is trash. So T-Mobile's some days really bad and some days it's okay. My home site's not great either. You know, I can run a speed test and get 500-600 down, and it takes me 3 minutes, you know, to download Call of Duty. You know, it just depends on the site. And I just did some testing 2 weeks ago. There was a T-Mobile tower site right off the freeway, 480 in Brook Park Road. I downloaded Call of Duty in 55 seconds. You know, so it just depends on the site.
Yeah, like here, the sites give me 1,250 around that.
That's
but
crazy
when I go to
fast,
download an App Store update or whatever, it maxes out at maximum of 200.
Wait, so if you're getting 1.2 gigs down at the house, why aren't you trying the home internet?
Okay, Sneed. So the question is, why with my T-Mobile
We
line,
got
I'm
another
only
call
getting
coming
max
in. We want
200?
to take it.
Yep. Caller, your name and what state you're from.
This is Dusty. I am from Maine.
What's up, Dusty?
Not too much. Just got out of work.
Well, glad you called, man. Question, comments, or concerns?
So, you know how you guys said that Verizon has good coverage pretty much everywhere in the United States?
Get them. Get them.
It's not in Maine.
Not in
I
Maine.
get kilobytes here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Is AT&T pretty good over there?
I get 100 down with AT&T.
So AT&T is the answer. There you go.
We don't have 5G here, but we have LTE.
What about
Consider yourself lucky.
What?
Now, I was going to ask you, is the Verizon trouble outdated sites or a sparse grid? Like they don't have enough tower sites to cover?
The nearest site is 5 minutes away from here, but there's a mountain blocking it.
So they need another site on the other side of the mountain?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, my question is, how's T-Mobile?
Trash as well. They don't have a site here either.
Oh, damn, son.
So AT&T's FirstNet did a good thing for Maine, I'm guessing.
Yes, I get 5G almost everywhere when I leave town.
Yeah, AT&T can be the answer for a lot of people.
There's spots up in Maine where AT&T on their low band does like 300 down by almost 100 up.
I have gotten those speeds before in a town called Caratunk with a population of like 30 people.
Exactly. I was about to say that there ain't nobody on the tower.
You just need a tower there, right? See, that's the thing about rural America.
Yeah, they
You just
place
need
a tower in the middle of nowhere.
You just need a tower within 5 miles of wherever you are, and you're getting 200 megabits per second. You know.
Yeah, when it's on, when everyone in the
and
on it.
He said the town has
the
50
route that
people, Doug.
I take to leave town. The route that I take to leave town, it's an hour and a half drive, and there's an area where there's just a 20-minute dead zone for all the carriers.
Damn.
Wow.
So the only solution is to literally get a tower built somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 towers.
Two towers would be nice. Like it's too much to ask for, you know.
It's just like in Florida, there's a dead zone where none of the carriers work, and it's called Alligator Alley. You go through there, you break down in the middle, you're screwed. Unless you have a satellite phone.
I had an incident with an
I have an
alligator
iPhone
once.
14 Pro Max to call emergency services with.
Austin.
Well, the what? Sneed?
I had an issue with an alligator once.
Uh-oh.
Did it just climb the chain link fence and give you a spectacular view of its stomach?
Well, he came, and I threw the people's elbow at his face, and then we made shoes and sent them to Hans.
Oh!
Mhm.
Damn!
Yep, you saw those shiny ones he was wearing today on the live stream? I sent him those.
Oh snap! Yeah, the iPhone 14s with the emergency SOS via satellite. Yeah, that's a cool feature. I'm on a 13 Pro Max right now.
Hashtag help the alligator.
Oh, hashtag help the alligator. Oh,
Hashtag help the gator.
Bro, right now being here in Bullhead City, bro, it's so nice and warm, man.
Where are you?
Oh, there is an area on my trip. There is an area on my trip where AT&T doesn't work at all, and it roams off of US Cellular.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna need a little bit of regional provider help, right?
Yeah, and it still happens to be on the same site that Verizon's on, just outside of town.
Hashtag call PETA.
Carlos, how warm?
T-Mobile also has
snitching,
low
bro.
band on that
Stop.
site that's just outside of town as well. Every carrier
Well,
but
that low band-
AT&T is on the site that's just outside of my hometown.
That low band. If there's a mountain nearby, that low band on T-Mobile is just talking to the mountain.
Steven Smith, thank you for the super chat. He says, "What about US Cellular in Maine?" I think that's what it is.
Oh, tell it on the mountain.
I'm just going to say this right now. US Cellular has been going downhill. They are getting worse.
They need upgrades, man. They can't just sit there on that same old gear forever.
It's getting bad.
Ooh, this is
I
kind
have
of cool.
countless
Anthony.
people who are on US Cellular that are switching to like AT&T, and in some instances, some are switching to Verizon, but most are switching to AT&T.
Anthony is asking about the Starlink version 2 mini satellites, 4x bandwidth increase, new E-band spectrum. Okay, that sounds great because Starlink has been slowing down lately. So they need some tech. They need some density, right? Put more satellites into orbit. The bandwidth increase is huge, so that would be helpful. Yeah, that's a great upgrade. Sheesh.
Right now,
Starlink can eat a bag of dicks.
Hey man, thanks for calling. We got another caller, so we're gonna.
All right.
Let's
move on to the next caller. Thanks
Like
for
a
calling,
truckload.
Rusty.
Hey caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Chris, and I'm from Kentucky. I'm
I'm that channel casually unfiltered forever.
Hey, Chris, what's up, buddy?
After the bluegrass.
Nothing. Yep, the bluegrass. Yeah, I just wanted to, call you to talk about that experience with this whole thing with Verizon. I got, me and my wife, we got an account with them on postpaid.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to Walmart and actually bought a iPhone, and I, tried to use it, and something happened to it to where it wouldn't, make any calls. It would always say SOS and stuff like that. So, like what I did, I went to the Verizon store that's here in my local area here, and I go in there, and there's only one representative. I'm like, why is there only one representative in here? And there was like a lot of people in there, but there's only one guy in there.
That's what happens when you start losing all your subs. You start cutting people.
Oops. Yeah, I'm all carried.
Do what? I'm sorry.
I said that's what happens when you start losing all your subscribers. You got to cut people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, and another thing, when I tried to get the problem fixed with customer service over the phone, it literally took them 3 hours to try to figure out something for me, and they still couldn't fix it.
Now, what model of
Sounds
iPhone?
about right.
Huh?
What model of iPhone was it?
It was an 11.
Alright, so if you didn't get a physical SIM, if it was an eSIM, that more likely was the problem. If the physical SIM, that's a Verizon network activation problem, which is easy to be fixed. Doesn't have to take 3 hours.
I know, that's what I was saying. I didn't use the eSIM, I was using the physical SIM.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just give you my experience with Verizon. For some reason, the only way you get stuff done with Verizon is you end up at customer relations. I mean, really, just being honest.
All right, folks, real quick, let's address this. Another super chat from Stephen Smith. Thank you for the super chat. How's AT&T's coverage in Jackman, Maine? If anybody is from the region, maybe you know. Rusty might know. And then also, I just closed out the poll for the evening. Which fan base is the most misinformed? T-Mobile came in at 54% of the vote. Verizon at 20% of the vote. Dish and Boost, 16% of the vote. And AT&T at 8% of the vote. We had 124 votes. Thank you for engaging with the content and voting. And actually, that was the one thing I was sure of. Well, two things I was sure of. I knew that T-Mobile was going to have the highest percentage, I guess, for the misinformed. And I knew AT&T would have the lowest. Because those were the two things that I've learned from like reading all the comments in the comment section of my videos. Those are my same observation.
Well, let's be real, Sneed.
I didn't know where the Verizon and the Dish Boost was going to end up, honestly.
AT&T promises you nothing and gives you good service. T-Mobile promises you everything and barely gives you anything. Verizon is still riding the coattails of what they've done in the past. So right. People are misinformed about the fact that they're not keeping up their end of the deal right now.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's true.
Misinformed on different things. T-Mobile customers think they got the best thing ever. Verizon customers think they already had the best thing ever and ain't realized that the ship is going down.
But they never tried nothing else.
Exactly. And the
So
AT&T customers are just like, hey, we ain't promised you nothing, so don't come over here talking crap.
Oh, shit.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
AT&T does not brag about their network, do they?
No, they just say they got one.
Yeah, there you go.
They're like, we got a network. You want to buy?
You want it or you don't. Yeah.
Well,
You don't want
Sneed,
it?
it was nice to
Thank you, man.
be on here talking to you, and hopefully you have a great stream, man, and I'll be in the chat, chatting with everybody else.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate the call, man.
All right, no problem, man.
Take it easy.
Should I use T-Mobile, AT&T, or Verizon when I go to Jacksonville, Florida?
You should use T-Mobile.
They were all three good in Jacksonville. What are you talking about?
T-Mobile probably has a lot of N41. You know, give it a whirl. Let's see here. Anthony says, speaking of Verizon, you should only use it on visible. Otherwise, you might be wasting money. Get cash for your phones. Anthony's looking out for your pockets, folks.
If you have a single line.
Right.
That's facts.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we got an unknown caller.
Uh-oh. It's going to be Mitchell.
Oh, no.
Hello, caller. What is your name and where are you from? Hello.
Caller, your name and your state.
This is how Mitchell operates.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I did not need
To provide.
Yeah.
Just to be sure, did you have a question? What else do you want help with?
Bro, I called it. I knew it was going to be some BS. I knew it was going to be some BS.
Someone call merged us with T-Mobile's phone system.
How did I know it's going to be some BS?
Was that T-Mobile customer care? Are you serious?
Yep, someone put us in with T-Mobile customer care. All right, we got another caller coming in. This is an actual
Get off
number.
that Boost Mobile line, Los.
Hello, caller. What's your name and what state are you in?
North Dakota.
Ooh. What's your name?
North Dakota, you say?
Justin.
All right, Justin. Thanks for calling, man.
Yep.
Questions, comments, or concerns?
Yeah, my question is, what's up with the AT&T prepaid and Cricket Wireless? The customer service has gone downhill horribly.
AT&T prepaid or Cricket customer care?
Don't surprise me.
Yeah, the prepaid situation's tough. The only prepaid companies I know that do customer service well is probably going to be like your Mint Mobile, your Ting. I've heard good things about those two companies. And then also I think US Mobile is pretty good if that's technically considered prepaid.
Yeah,
I've had good luck with Metro.
For a new,
Metro?
carrier. Yeah, I just need a new carrier that actually cares about their prepaid customers and not have to sit on hold for like 3 hours to try to get a hold of someone.
Tell me about the network situation. Is that much of an issue? Like, do you need to be on the AT&T network?
No. All three carriers have pretty much good coverage around North Dakota. AT&T, Verizon, and yeah.
Okay. I would say maybe explore US Mobile, Mint Mobile.
Okay.
Just kind of as a starting point. Now, if you decide you want to try Mint Mobile, please use my partner link. That helps me out. All right. And US Mobile offers a bunch of different options. They have like Verizon plans. I think they still have T-Mobile plans that they offer. You know, so it kind of depends on your usage and, you pick the plan that you want and what type of features you need. But
okay.
Yeah, I think
I'll
those
check
are the
out
ones for the
mobile.
customer care. I think that's the best way to go.
Okay, thanks.
Best of luck to you, Justin. Thanks for calling, broski.
Yep. Thanks.
Take it easy.
Yo.
Are we gonna get a no radio rap?
Here's how it goes right here. Had that had it like then she went now she on
All right, Gucci.
That one's gonna get clipped too. Damn, son. I rip and I rhyme. I rhyme and I rip.
All right, Dylan.
Top 5 rappers of all time.
Be careful. You're going to melt the microphone. You're going to melt the microphone with them hot bars, man.
Listen, when I steps in the booth, bro, fire engineers on call, dog. Come on now. See, Robbie knows what's up, bro. Robbie knows what's up. All right, we're done with calls for the night, Weasel. That's it. None in queue.
Yeah, nothing's come through yet.
All right, let's take us home, man. All right, where's that? I got to do the outro thing, bro. The last one was fire. Let's see if I can remember what it was, bro. I don't remember the beat, though.
I was literally going to respond, so Lavendi sent me something private, and I was about to be like, I don't get bum hurt. I don't back up to a wall and pull a brick out with my ass.
What's that beat called? What is this?
Which, Sneed, did you see the short that I did for you?
Yeah, bro, I got it. Was it this one? Los, do you remember the beat?
Oh, snap, I don't remember it.
Which one?
Remember
Which
the
one are you
beat that
talking
went
about?
on Wednesday? Remember?
The one he did for the outro on Wednesday.
Hold on. I don't remember exactly, bro. You were the one controlling it, bro. What the hell?
I know, man. I know, bro.
Sneed, don't worry about it. It's a freestyle Friday.
It wasn't this one, was it? I don't even remember, bro. I'm gonna have to look for it. All right. Anyways, I'll have to look for it. I'll kill it on the next one. So you guys think we should start doing a Sunday call-in show?
Bro, I'm down. That was fun. That was a pretty cool time.
Or we could do Wednesdays. We could do Wednesdays with Weasel. We can give you your own show, Weasel.
Oh shit.
The Weasel.
Yo, getting wheezies on Wednesdays, bro. Wheezing on Wednesdays, man. I got work in the morning. Y'all the goats. Thanks, No Radio, for hanging out. Austin, Lowe's, appreciate you guys. Weasel, thanks for holding it down and making it happen, bro. You're the goat, man.
Yep, no problem.
Everybody who offered super chats tonight. I know Frankie dropped the nuclear bomb earlier. There were some other ones too, from like Steven Smith and everybody. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Everybody who called, thank you for being the inaugural callers. Just for the record, I think Bryant was the first caller ever on the SMT call-in show. So he gets the props of that, I guess. And hashtag Mod Squad. Everybody who bought me coffees, Ricky, who is basically going to make sure that I stay strung out on caffeine for the rest of my life. Appreciate it. Lavendi, too. You guys are great. Thanks for supporting me. Yeah, man, let's do this Sunday night. What do you think?
I'm game.
Yeah. As long as I'm
we'll
not busy, I'm game.
We'll shoot for an 8 p.m. start time. And,
Good deal.
Bet.
Yeah, that's it, man. Y'all the goats, man. We out this piece. Peace.
Peace.